Hey everybody, welcome back to the show for Wednesday!
All right, it's Wednesday. Adam's not here.
No, that's true.
Help Joel.
I'm not doing anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Help Joel.
It's just a normal Wednesday.
He's become sentient.
After all these years, my dreams have finally come true. Wait. Your first news story for today, Battlefield Hardline. Is it already dead?
What? The game's not even out yet, Joel. What are you talking about?
Well, there's been a bunch of interviews with Battlefield Hardline developers in recent days, and it seems as if they have to constantly defend their product because of Hardline beta problems and BF4 launch issues.
Right, in an interview with Game Revolution, Ian Millam, creative director at Visceral Games, was asked about whether or not Hardline will work at launch, mainly because Battlefield 4 had so many of those launch problems.
Milham said, what you're basically asking is your game going to work? And the answer is yes, it's gonna work.
All right, we did it.
We actually started on this more than a year before Battlefield 4 came out. It's in pretty great shape now, and all that work is gonna come into what we're doing.
All right, we did it. So that's good. The game will
guess.
work at launch, hopefully.
Maybe.
But is the game different enough for you to spend another $50 or $60? Speaking with Battlefield 4 YouTuber Jack Frags, Visceral Games general manager Steve Papoutsis confirmed the multiplayer content to be included in Hardline.
The game will include 9 maps and 7 game modes. That doesn't sound like much, but it's actually in keeping with Battlefield games in the past, which I've played a lot of.
I don't think you really have. Lawrence, how does this compare to like Battlefield 3 and 4?
Oh, sure. Battlefield 3 launched with 9 maps, and Battlefield 4 launched with 10.
Yep.
So, it doesn't sound like much, but remember that Battlefield maps are really huge.
Yeah.
So, if you compare it to a standard shooter, that's like 3 or 4 maps each.
But-
So you're getting 40 maps!
40 maps, Joel!
40 maps, Joel!
What?
From the sound of it, Hardline maps might actually be smaller than typical Battlefield maps.
Is that true? Do we know that for sure,
We
Lawrence?
don't know that. I'm just kind of going off what they've described the game as. If they want it to be like a more intimate cops versus robbers type scenario, not the big sweeping battlefield of the normal series, it makes sense that the maps might be smaller. But that one map in the beta, it did seem a little bit smaller, but not noticeably so.
Right. That's true. Battlefield 4 also launched with 7 game modes as well, meaning Hardline is, again, by the numbers, in line with the series.
And since Hardline will include a single-player campaign too, it's shaping up to be the same value as Battlefield 4.
Yes.
And don't forget, Battlefield Hardline isn't an actual police simulator, believe it or not.
Following recent events in the news, many are concerned about the militarization of the police and police violence against U.S. citizens, and DICE actually responded to that. How did they respond, Lawrence?
They said, hey, it's a video game, chill out. I mean, maybe that's a little rough, but Hardline creative director Ian Millam explained that, quote, it would be sort of clumsy to try and make this a realistic police tactics simulator. It's not cops and protesters, it's cops and robbers.
Right.
Millam relates that the game is meant to hearken to TV crime dramas
Right.
and not provide commentary on real-life issues.
Yes.
So relax with the hashtag ye Twitter activists. It's be just a game. I would actually like to see an actual police simulator where you sit down at the desk and just do paperwork all day.
They have that. It's called Papers, Please. It's really boring.
That's not police work. That's border
Whatever.
work.
It doesn't matter. It's all the same. So we did it, everybody. Hardline is ready to play. Everybody, that's great. We did it.
Oh wow!
So now we can all spend our $60. Wait a minute, hold on. There's an ex-DICE dev that recommends you should probably wait till after launch to buy the game.
Yeah, Tim Gel.
Is it Gel or Kel?
Kjell.
How do you say that?
Kjell.
Does anybody
Oh,
know?
Swedish.
Yeah.
Tim KJELL, a developer who left DICE in 2013, is saying you might want to wait a few weeks after launch to buy Hardline.
Right, he says, I quote, I understand, and pre-BF4, I was one of the people saying, don't buy it on launch, hold on to the money and wait for the launch and reviews to come out. I would actually recommend people do that for Hardline as well. It's just a much better way to not throw money at promises that have yet to be proven. If the game, however, is really stable and great on launch, go buy it with a feeling of satisfaction and a great buy. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, at least.
That's a long quote.
Yeah, it is.
That's just good advice in general, Battlefield notwithstanding.
It really
That's
is.
what I do when a new game
That's
with servers comes out.
What you should be doing.
We know it hurts to wait, but if you dive in day one, you can't really be surprised anymore when you see a draft soldier man and glitchy servers.
I wanna see that. That sounds awesome.
No, it's actually not. It's actually super frustrating and dumb,
So
unless you make a YouTube video that gets hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, that's great. So the question is Battlefield Hardline dead?
Bruce,
I think it is DOA, unfortunately, and I'm a huge Battlefield fan.
are you gonna get it?
I don't know. I'm gonna wait for the reviews. I'm gonna wait for launch. I'm gonna wait for all that kind of stuff to come out. Normally, I've already pre-ordered this game, and a lot of my Battlefield friends played Hardline, and they said the beta was kind of bleh. And now, from what I've heard, it sounds like they're like trying to defend it. Like, no, this is a new Battlefield, when it in reality is not a new Battlefield. It sounds more like an expansion pack to me.
Wow, a negative opinion.
So it kind of bums me out actually, because again, I'm a huge Battlefield fan. I don't want this game to be DOA. I want people to convince me to buy this game. So at launch, if a lot of people tell me the game is good, I will buy it.
Well, here's what I would say to you, in case you're wondering my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
I don't play Battlefield. I'm not interested. I'm only interested in what happens once the game launches, see what the fan reaction is going to be, see if the developers actually follow through on their promise of, yeah, it's totally worth it. So we'll see.
Lawrence, what about you?
I actually am looking forward to the game. The fact that they delayed it gives me a lot of hope. I'm a huge fan of Visceral. I loved the Dead Space series, so I'm actually really interested to play the single player, believe it or not.
Huh, okay.
And when I think about it, $60 for like 9 maps and 7 new modes for Battlefield, that's actually fine. Just on the numbers alone, I'm okay with that.
Tell you what, Lawrence, if you tell me to buy Battlefield Hardline when you get it, I will buy it.
I'll buy it, and you can watch me play it and have all the fun in the world.
Excellent. All right, good. Well, so you tell us in the comments whether or not you think Battlefield Hardline is already dead, or if you're going to get it. Like I said, I think right now public opinion is sort of on the negative side for Hardline, unfortunately. Onto your trailers, we got the Civilization Beyond Earth Discovery gameplay trailer. No, that doesn't work. It's only
I put it in there for him.
for Joel too, because Joel likes Civilization.
I do too.
Cool pick.
When our powers combine.
Like they don't want to hype that
Listen,
pool.
we just discovered water.
Hey, why should I play Civilization, Joel?
Oh, it's an incredibly immersive, expansive experience.
Boring!
I got some sad news. I wasn't able to download Sherlock Holmes last night.
Oh, the servers were too they were slammed.
Walk back.
Wait, what happened? What do you mean?
PvP.
After all that fucking countdown.
Probably won't get to it till this weekend.
What? What are you talking about?
3 days.
Yo,
Phil?
download it
That's
on your
bullshit.
computer and you play that for research.
I cooked dinner last night. I made cornbread and I did all sorts of stuff.
Cornbread.
What?
Sherlock was
Play Sherlock Holmes! Hello, welcome to the show for Thursday! It's Thursday, thank God we're almost done. Oh man,
You know what Thursdays are?
What is that?
Patch Day.
Is that true?
The first annual Patch Day.
There are so many patches for new games that are out, so we're gonna recount all those patches for you right now. First news story, Star Wars in Sims 4.
Yes,
We did it. We
Thank
did it,
you,
everybody.
J.J. Abrams.
Nope, it wasn't J.J. Abrams.
you into it?
Nope. Remember all those features that were in Sims 3 that aren't in Sims 4 for some reason?
Yeah.
Well, EA's trying to make good by rolling out free updates, so fear not. Katy Perry will appear on your computer in a matter of months.
Hold on.
I don't-
Katy Perry's already on my computer. Well, her face is. I'm pretty sure it's not actually her body,
Oh my gosh.
but she's doing things
disgusting.
that I think are
You're gross.
nice.
You're gross.
Explain more.
I will. The first such update is today, which re-added Sims Ghosts and
Whoa.
new node,
Oh, new node.
eye colors,
What?
and
Yeah.
you'll never guess.
Star Wars costumes.
Fuck.
Yep, guessed it. This update came with a schedule for future updates, which include some much requested content. Pools will return in November. Meaning you
Thank God.
you can yet again create a water torture dungeon for your poor little dollies. New career options will follow in December, which will hopefully include such lucrative paths as adult film star. Lawrence,
Oh.
are there going to be porn stars in this?
Well, you know, you have to use your imagination a little bit. You can be an entertainer, and I imagine if I were in adult films, it'd be pretty goddamn entertaining.
Here's the thing. In the game, though, when your sim goes to work, they just walk out of the front
disappear.
door and disappear.
So you don't see what they're doing.
all of the Sims are porn stars, as far as I'm concerned.
Porn star of the free world.
Good point. There's also the EA content creator that'll be coming as well. Not everyone is happy about this update though. Combing through the comments reveals a clutch of women that
What?
speak with the same fury as a 13-year-old boy playing Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, 13-year-old boys do sound like girls.
That's true. That's a good point. I didn't think
It
of
kind of makes sense. Renee Love says, please bring back the customizer / color wheel when creating the Sims.
Oh yeah, what happened to the color wheel, Lawrence? What happened to that?
So they added more eye colors.
Yep.
So what are those now?
I don't know. Blue, brown, red, orange,
All right, whatever.
hazel. How much Katy Perry do you want?
I was gonna say, what color are Katy Perry's eyes?
Well, you know. You got them photoshopped all
I
over
don't.
those
Well,
porn stars.
it's her face, yes, but I don't generally look at it.
Oh, that's true.
So
This may be too little too late, but we at least applaud EA for trying to fill in the content gaps in Sims 4.
That's what I do with my Katy Perry. I fill in the
Fill in those
content gaps.
Boom! Nice job. Good
Hey-oh, Patch Day!
You wanna take it-
Speaking of Patch Day, another GTA 5 update.
Ah, yes. Let's do it. Go ahead.
Rockstar released a new update for GTA Online that totally isn't heist.
Oh, man.
It's something though, right? Like,
true.
shouldn't we be happy about
Sure,
something?
alright.
No!
Also, that means GTA Online probably won't work for the next 48 hours, so be warned.
Lawrence, what is Last Team Standing?
Oh, hey, it's a mode that's been in the game for a while, just nobody plays it because deathmatch is not the highlight of GTA Online. I'll say that.
That is true.
Yeah, but the update focuses on that mode, presumably because Rockstar was like, well, we spent all this time making it. Let's try and get people to actually play it. So they added some new official Rockstar jobs, and then added a bunch of Last Team Standing tools to the content creator.
Ah, okay. All right, cool. And as expected with a GTA Online update, there are new cars, guns, and clothing options, 2 new motorcycles, the Shih Tzu Hakucho, is that how you say it?
Yeah, that looks right.
Hakucho?
Yeah.
An LCC Innovation Chopper, give you new ways to launch your noodly GTA man into the air when you run into a rail or barricade.
Yeah. There's a new sports car as well, the Lampadati Führer, right?
The GT. Get the GT.
Sorry.
And finally, your new guns for the update of the heavy shotgun and a marksman rifle. Just like before, we'd like to give Rockstar a bit of a clap for continuing to re-release this content for free.
Yeah, it's not the content.
Rockstar to clap?
It's not the content that we want, like heists,
True.
but it's something and it's free,
I mean, it's free.
and we should be happy about that.
And on to the final patch story.
Patch Day!
The Destiny patch changes engrams. All right, Ricky, get in here.
Well, Bungie just released patch 1.0.2, and it changes the reward system.
Okay.
Yeah. Strikes have become more rewarding, and the rewards gained from them are more predictable. So before, if you got a purple engram, sometimes they would decode into blue items, which sucked. Yeah, it's like a big cock tease, basically. So that will no longer be the case. Legendary engrams decode into legendary items or higher. Rare engrams decode into rare items or higher. And we did it. We finally did it, everyone.
But just
Nerdiest story in the world.
for clarification,
Shit, you guys make fun of me?
normally what happens is you get something and it says that this might be something rare.
This is a
right?
legendary. Guess what? You're gonna get a legendary item. And then you go to the Cryptarch, who's an asshole, and he turns it into a blue item that's worthless, and then that turns into weapon
He's
parts.
scumming you.
It's
turns into weapon
it's
parts.
not legendary, but it's in fact rare purple.
That's
and
what-
it's a real disappointment because it sounds
Go back to playing Mordor.
you're a dork.
All right.
Can we move on to the trailers?
Yes, we can go to the
Patch Day!
Patch Day, Far Cry 4, the Weapons of Karat. This is actually a really cool trailer. You can see all the weapons from Far Cry 4, not all, but most. Most of the Far Cry.
Are there any weapons that befriend your enemy? So it's like a non-violent weapon?
Yeah, it's like a diplomatic immunity.
It's like a flower.
Yeah, and you guys
It's-
talk to each other. It's really nice.
And you hold it up to their face and a bullet shoots out of the flower and kills
Their
them.
head explodes.
Our next trailer is the Dying Light Be the Zombie
Oh, you
trailer.
could be a zombie in Dying Light.
So,
Whoa.
what is that? You're just... So the game is you run around and you jump and you do stuff and you beat
Mirror's Edge with zombies is what
Mirror's
Adam
Edge
Combs
with
would say,
zombies. But the zombie, when you play as a zombie now, it's the same thing but no running.
No, you're really fast. It's just like Left 4 Dead.
So what's the difference?
You're a zombie.
Does your vision change?
Yes. It's kind
Is
of.
that it, though?
Sort of. I don't know. I just wish Dying Light would come out already. It's been like 3 years in the making.
January 27th it's coming.
Really?
Finally.
I just played it this weekend.
Mortal Kombat X, the Quan Chi trailer.
Yeah.
Bill's pick.
Who's Quan Chi?
Quan Chi, he's the white-faced guy from Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat Mythologies.
Good reference.
Lawrence, I feel like this is the nerdiest episode we've ever done. Is that true?
He's a sorcerer.
Up next, we're going to be discussing percentage drop rates for cards in Hearthstone. So you want to get that rare card? You got a 0.005% chance unless you combine it with the Necromancer whatever.
Tell me more.
Then you get a 0.007% chance.
Ooh, almost double.
So there you go.
Can you stop rolling?
Patch day.
Can you stop rolling?
Hey everyone, welcome to the show, everybody. Hi.
Here we go. More PewDiePie news.
Yeah, we're doing PewDiePie news again. The question is he starting his own network?
Oh, that's kind of interesting. So, not complacent with the current YouTube landscape, the world's most popular YouTuber, Felix PewDiePie Kjellberg, is considering his own YouTube network.
I have a question for you, Bruce.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce his last name?
I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure I didn't fuck it up. I think
Okay.
it's Kjellberg.
Last week we had KJELL as the last name on the show. Everyone in the comments said it was pronounced Shell.
All right. So it might be Kjellberg, or I'm sorry, Felix.
We
Either
will
way, I
we
really
will
have
get to the bottom of the story one way or the other. Anyway, this information comes the way of Icon Magazine, which will feature the Swedish-based YouTuber on its November cover.
Right, though he'd rather not talk too much about it, PewDiePie does share some of his goals and motivations for the new network.
He says, I quote, I'm eager to get it all up and running. So far, all the networks have been managed in such an incredibly poor way. It's embarrassing, really. I'd like to help other YouTubers.
So while he doesn't say this specifically, it seems like PewDiePie's motivation comes from working with other, less well-managed companies.
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers, as the platform is maturing, are looking to create more interesting shows. You see that on a lot of channels. The professionalism is really getting up there, and they're expecting a lot of more support from their MCNs to help them create that kind of content. So if I were a gamer looking to start my own network, the kind of services I would want to provide are things like, audio visual libraries, obviously copyright protection. It's one of the things that MCNs do pretty well right now. A lot of YouTubers want to work more closely with video game developers in order to help promote their content. We understand that. Some other things that, from a show development perspective, graphic help. One thing that would be really helpful for YouTubers would maybe, stop having to make your own thumbnails. It'd be awesome if a network would be able to provide that kind of support.
So those are kind of the things that we know PewDiePie will run into problems with, or maybe he'll succeed right out of the gate when he starts his own MCN. We'll kind of see what happens.
Yeah, overall, we really do appreciate PewDiePie's motivation here. He wants to help other YouTubers.
Right. Lawrence, how do you think he'll help other YouTubers?
I don't know. I mean, that's the big question. Kind of what Joel was getting to is there are realities behind content production that MCNs can help out with. And I'm sure PewDiePie knows what those are, but wanting help and being able to provide that help to others are two separate things. So if it comes down to just like, hey, I know what I'm doing, cut me a check, he can do that. Because he has so much money, so much. So he can help by throwing money at people, but when it comes to providing a support infrastructure, that's a lot harder to do.
Well, going back to what Joel was saying, I think it actually is interesting to get the sort of quality up. You see a lot of channels where thumbnails are just basically the same image with a number on top of it. I work on a lot of the thumbnails here, so
you work on all of the thumbnails.
I kind of wish I could teach that to everyone.
Googly eyes.
Hey, googly eyes and cartoons will get you to click shit. I'm telling you.
Well, again, these are the things that hopefully MCNs can raise the production value on YouTube, and I know PewDiePie, that's one of his goals, I'm assuming, because his channel has gotten better and better as the years have gone on. So we do wish PewDiePie the best in this case. Towards the end of the year when I think he gets out of his maker contract, it'll be a very interesting endeavor for him.
So in closing, use boobs on the thumbnail. That won't get you in trouble.
I think that you can get flagged on YouTube for that.
Overall, this is one of those things that I think we all kind of saw as an inevitability, sort of thing where a YouTuber gets so big that he can go off and do something like this, which is very interesting. But the question for you guys is, what do you think? Do you think PewDiePie will do a better job of creating his own MCN than other companies? Or will you join that network? Ooh, the Pewd network, if you will.
That's not a very good name. There we go. On to your trailers, we got The Evil Within, Fight for Your Life. Who's excited about Evil Within?
Me!
Really? Lawrence is excited, that's good.
I love Resident Evil 4, I love survival horror, I love third-person action games. I'm down, man. I'm down.
Real quick, Lawrence, what was the last game you weren't really excited for? That's what I thought.
There's also the Alien Isolation launch trailer.
This one's Phil's pick.
Why? Why?
Don't make the noise.
Why? Yeah, you don't have to.
It's just a good trailer. I'm excited for the game.
It's just a good trailer. I'm excited for the game.
Isn't the game out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been gone. I don't know what things are happening. It's been weird. I only know the word baguette. Your final trailer, we got the Assassin's Creed Unity story trailer. Guess what?
What?
There's a story involved with this game.
No.
You,
There's no story in Assassin's
you as a
Creed.
Frenchman,
No.
gotta kill
No.
Winston Churchill.
What?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
They don't care.
Winston Churchill's a hero.
They can do whatever they want.
Forward through time.
I can't wait for AC5. Sounds awesome.
They gotta wall themselves up into the parliament, and they're gonna wait. But then they die, so they can't do it.
It's just a bunch of skeletons.
Well, the
Somebody
skeleton falls out with a blade.
Yeah, somebody opens a closet and the skeleton
Well,
falls.
skeleton just goes, hey! Winston Churchill's like,
What the fuck?
why are they killing me?
Classic assassin.
We're done.
Hey, we're welcome to this Tuesday. Hi, hey!
Tuesday! All right, let's do this.
And today on the show, we're asking the question: the Xbox ruin Assassin's Creed Unity?
Oh no! What? Wait, hold on a
This
second.
is a real question. People are asking.
So
Let's do it.
So the Assassin's Creed Unity got locked at 900p and 30 frames a second on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4.
Right.
We know you guys in the Xbox and PlayStation armies love a good tech riot, so let's throw some gas on the fire. That's why it's the fire. Whatever, fucking who cares?
Crawdad.
It doesn't matter.
So speaking with VideoGamer.com, Assassin's Creed Unity senior producer Vincent Pombrano
There you go.
confirmed that the game will run at 900p and 30 frames per second on both Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Why?
Well, let me tell you, they're tired of hearing you guys fight about it.
What?
Oh dear God. Pombrano explained, we decided to lock them at the same specs to avoid all the debates and stuff.
Uh-oh, that's not good, because we're debating it. He went on to explain that the game is actually bottlenecked by the CPU rather than the GPU, which is more common with games these days. He said the GPUs are really powerful. Obviously, the graphics look pretty good, but it's the CPU that has to process the AI, the number of NPCs we have on screen, all these systems running in parallel.
Well, this makes sense with the number of NPCs on the screen.
There's a
Sure,
ton
from,
for Assassin's
from the
Creed.
stuff we've seen, yes, there are a lot of people watching someone get their head chopped off.
Yeah.
But there's another mystery here. Which console is ruining gaming for everyone, Lawrence?
Let's take a look. So Ubisoft says it's CPU bottleneck, so let's take a look at the CPUs in both consoles. The PS4 has a hybrid CPU GPU, which effectively makes it an 8-core Jaguar-based AMD processor clocked at 1.6 gigahertz.
Right.
The Xbox One has basically the exact same processor, except it's clocked at 1.75 gigahertz.
Wait, it's clocked faster, though.
Yeah, well, it gets complicated.
Okay.
So the PS4 has a slower clock, but it can do more math since it has more threads and more shaders. So basically, it's running slower, but it's doing more per clock cycle.
Right.
While the Xbox Ones can do less, but is running faster. With that said, it's really hard to tell which one would be better at the specific kind of math they're talking about. The PS4 obviously could push more data, which is better for rendering scenes, computing shadows, aliasing textures, that sort of thing.
Lawrence, I need a verdict. Tell me a verdict.
There isn't one. It's really hard to tell.
Aw.
Ouya. How's the Atari Jaguar ruining gaming for everyone?
I don't know. Ubisoft went for 100% parity to avoid silly console debates, and here we are banging that drum.
Of course, that didn't work out
Not
quite
at all,
well.
but perhaps realizing too late that people will argue about anything on the internet, Ubisoft then issued a follow-up statement to put the issue to rest.
Yeah, speaking of Kotaku, a Ubisoft representative stated that at no point did we decide to reduce the ambitions of any SKU. All benefited from the full dedication of all of our available optimization resources to help them reach the level of quality we have today with the core Assassin's Creed Unity experience. To set the record straight, we did not lower the specs for Assassin's Creed Unity to account for any one system over the other.
All right, well, are we calling BS on this claim or not?
I think actually we're not.
No,
No.
I don't think so either. Developing to one spec that you know will work on all consoles is actually much easier to do for all the developers than dedicating resources to squeeze performance out of their respective consoles. Obviously, Ubisoft does this because they go cross-platform with everything.
Right, and you would think, hey, we should be more mad about this, but having a PC in the last console generation, we're kind of used to getting bent over the table and seeing if things go this way.
Yeah.
Because everyone's developing for the lower-end consoles and the PC marketplace gets screwed over. Welcome to our world, everybody.
Lawrence, do we think gaming is dead forever?
Yes, this is terrible. All the pixels are gone.
That's it? Gaming's dead?
Yeah.
All right, pack it up, guys. We're going home.
There.
Good nice run.
There you go. Put those hats on.
Subscribe to my magazine that I hand out at the subway station.
We should take these fingerless gloves.
I will be selling these.
No, gaming's just fine. 900p and 1080p is no big deal. Who cares?
Really?
Shut up.
Are you sure?
I mean, it's like a difference between like 600,000 pixels and screenshots. But in motion, Lawrence says there really isn't that much of a difference.
Really?
Yeah,
'Cause
in motion, it's not a big deal because full screen anti-aliasing is so cheap that it's basically free these days. So every screen that you see, every frame is already aliased. So the difference in pixel density becomes harder and harder to tell. Just with your eyes, you'd have to look at a screenshot, zoom way in, and see that one kind of blurry aliased line is a little less blurry than another aliased line.
Also, I think it's kind of it's kind of naive for anyone to think that these new consoles would be powerful enough to actually push out 1080p graphics at 60 frames a second on everything.
They cannot.
At least this early on in the generation,
Right.
they have to learn to untap that sort of potential.
Yeah.
This is the second year this happening. If you want that sort of experience, get a PC.
You got to buy a PC, which
Sadly, I mean
costs
that's
more
what,
money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Sorry.
But that's because it could pump out lots of textures and pretty pictures.
Either way, there is a very, very small difference between 900p and 1080p. It's Practically unnoticeable.
I'm separating myself from that debate because you're all going to yell at me.
Well, look, regardless, I mean, because I've seen this. This is what I used to do. I used to review televisions. It's very unnoticeable. I can notice a difference, but I don't care. Because if I get to play Assassin's Creed on 30 frames a second, I have fun. No big deal.
Shadow of Mordor is pretty good.
No big deal. No big deal. On the trailers, we got the Dark Souls 2 Crown of the Ivory King launch trailer.
Are you excited for this? We got quiet in here. What happened?
You know what I like about Dark Souls? It's its arcade-style, fast-action gameplay. Press a button, don't think about it. Blast through the next level and onto the next one as the story unfolds in front of you, line by line.
You're being facetious.
No, this is how I feel about it.
It's just like Call of Duty.
Game of the year.
I was just calling Friend Zone.
That's what I said, the ultimate friend
So
zone.
he's DJ Friendzone. Yeah. He's like, look at all this weight I lost for you. Throws it on a table.
Didn't we make jokes where he like walk up to a bar and she'd be talking to another dude? And you're like, you want to hook up with? Oh, okay, all right, well, I'll back off.
Can I get you guys anything?
You want another drink? You want another drink? Tom, another drink?
It's on me. It's on me.
Guys,
The camera,
let's make a
the camera looks crooked. I'm just saying. I could be wrong.
Michael's eyes are like, ugh. You guys look,
Everything looks fine.
Everyone welcome to Triple Friday. Hi.
It's Friday! Do it, Eurogamer!
Hey, for Snurf, today apparently the Xbox One has the best games ever.
What? Microsoft is. They launched.
This is a
Hold
story.
on a second. Microsoft launched a new marketing campaign today claiming that the best games of the year live on Xbox One.
I believe it was live on Xbox One.
Live on Xbox
Live
One.
for Xbox, it's $60 a year. Another bizarre infographic type website claims that Xbox One has the best exclusives of the year.
That's weird.
And that got us thinking, is that shit true?
Is that true?
Is that true?
Lawrence, is that true?
Is that true?
Yes.
What?
It is?
Yep.
Are you getting paid by Microsoft right
Yes.
now on the other line?
Yep. Yeah, I'm getting paid.
No,
Fuck
you're
you
not.
guys. I'm done.
Don't say you're getting paid because they're gonna think you're serious.
How much money?
$20,000.
Wait, did they give you $50 million or
$50 million.
$70 million? $100 million they gave you for that?
$5 billion.
They gave him those Microsoft points that you can't use anymore.
Oh.
They're like, we need a real influencer. Lawrence Sondheim.
All right, we've not been paid by anybody, just so everybody knows. Since we're headed into the fall, and this is when all the big console games hit, we thought we'd take another look at which console has the best exclusives.
Correct. So first up, since Microsoft made the claim, let's look at them first.
Yeah.
Here's a list of console exclusives that are either out right now or will be out by the year's end. And before you roll down the comments and tell us how stupid we are that we didn't list Crimson Dragon, we're only listing big games.
Right, the big ones that everybody knows.
The ones people care about.
First up, Forza Motorsport 5 and Forza Horizon 2.
They're good for people who like driving games.
Lawrence loves them, right, Lawrence?
I love them, man. Yeah, what I think is awesome about this is it kind of captures the two parts of driving games. Forza Motorsport 5 is kind of the sim, the serious game, and Horizon 2 is kind of the looser, more points-based arcadey racer. No matter what kind of racing game you like, Xbox One has you covered at this point. $5 billion!
Next up, the one I'm most excited for, Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Mr. Chef!
I can't wait to play through all those games again at 60 frames per second.
Oh, it's gonna be, and 4,000 gamer score points.
I don't care about those. That's only for Lawrence.
Somebody put Killer Instinct here.
Yeah!
I'm not really sure.
Is it good? Is it a good fight?
A lot of people do play it.
All right,
So
that's
that's
fine.
That Ultra Edition.
All right, next up we got Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype behind this game right now.
It is a unique looking game. It's different. It's open world. Looks fun. Lawrence has probably played it the most out of all of us.
$5 billion. Yeah, I played it for about an hour. It was a lot of fun. It's one of those games that takes a while to kind of get used to. It's basically like Tony Hawk crossed with, I don't know, Ratchet and Clank crossed with some third-person action shooter.
Cool.
But it's really cool. It's like, we're done. Fuck it.
Up next, Rise, Son of Rome.
Moving on. Dead Rising 3.
We don't need to talk about it.
Nope, you know what they
Dead
are.
Rising 3, you know what that is. D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die. Has
don't-
anybody played D4 in here? Have you played it? No.
Gave my girlfriend the D4. Just kidding. I'm married.
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Sure.
Whatever.
There's also Super Time Force, which is also out on the PC, but we're talking about consoles here, just to clear that one up. Followed by Project Spark. I'm hearing mixed up. It's like a Little Big Planet thing. You gotta wait for all the small kids with autism to make the games good, and then you can play with it later.
They're on the way. It takes a little bit when to spool up the autism. Up next, the PS4 exclusives. Now, this list, maybe not so hot.
But we'll find out. First up, we got Infamous Second Son, a game
Whatever,
that
who
both
cares?
Lawrence and I loved it.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
How much
thank
have you played it since you played it the first time?
I beat the single player. No reason to go back.
Final Fantasy 14.
Which is also
Yeah.
I know, I knew he'd
PC.
say that.
It's fine. Octodad, another game coming from the PC.
Sure, whatever.
Fun to play. Derpy,
Yeah.
once again.
MLB 14, the show.
Who likes the baseball?
I knew Phil would. Oh, and,
home!
and Larson.
Okay. Entwined, the game where
Whatever. Guacamelee.
Yeah.
it's actually a great game.
Except I played it on Xbox.
Yeah, that's on Xbox.
Oh, never mind. Strike that off.
Get off Guacamelee. It's on everything. Actually, it's on everything but PS4. Shit.
Whoops. The Last of Us remastered.
Cry again, but in HDR.
Driveclub. It's out, sort of.
Has anyone played Driveclub yet? Lawrence, have we got there yet?
I'm waiting for it to hit PlayStation Plus.
Such a Forza fanboy. All that Microsoft point money.
I'm excited for it. I want to play it before I buy it.
And we also got Killzone Shadowfall, a game that both Bruce and I like.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
It was good.
And then the ultimate exclusive on PlayStation 4.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Knack.
Let's clear this one up. Mark Cerny's Knack.
Mark Cerny's Knack. Is that what we're calling it now?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay. So, yeah. Who's the real winner here? Because we did PlayStation 4 and it was kind of eh.
Yeah.
Microsoft is kind of like,
There's
a
some
little better, not by much.
Sure. The real winner here actually is the Wii U.
Wow. I don't know about that one.
They actually have the best exclusives in my solid opinion.
Sure, why not?
You can trust
solid
me.
opinion. I like that he
It's
qualified his
Back
own
for
opinion.
one day.
I know, my solid opinion.
you can trust me. Internet journalists.
I have a cat on my shirt.
Up first, Mario Kart 8.
It says meow in case you're
Oh, that's
confused.
right, Mario Kart. It's a game that you race karts. Oh, I've never played this game before.
We're mostly
Played it
drunk.
100 times since I was 16.
Bayonetta 2, which is doing amazing in
Oh,
Japan right
I
now.
don't think it is.
No one's buying it.
New Super Mario Brothers U. Lawrence, you played this, yeah?
Yeah, it is my favorite 2D Mario. And I don't care. Be like, oh, Super Mario Bros. 3, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. This game's awesome.
I played it with Lawrence.
And?
I thought it was good.
They kissed afterwards.
Well,
It's out right now on the 3DS, but coming soon to the Wii U. Smash Brothers, we're all very excited
This is
about
going to be
that
a
here.
big one for them.
It's going to be huge.
Wind Waker HD, which I believe you enjoyed.
Yes, I'm still currently playing through.
Me too.
Games are too big.
I'm trying to. There's a lot of ocean to get through.
There's also a new Zelda where you're not a girl.
Thank God. For the
Mario
new Zelda, not the girl part. We're not sexist.
Mario Maker. What's that?
Larson?
You make Mario level.
Thank you.
Exciting. And then, Hyrule Warrior.
Is that out right now, Lawrence?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I need to play that. I got Shadows of Mordor's to play.
Shadow of Mordor.
I
Crimes
got
and Punishment.
Crimes and Punishments I gotta get through. We just got a code for Hyperlight Drifter. I got all these other things I gotta get through. But I will be a Goron and smashing people.
Oh, poor Adam. Oh no, he's got so many games to play.
All right, so
Don't
it's
you
time.
play Marvel Puzzle Quest every day?
So it's time for a verdict. Who do we think has the best exclusives this year? Adam, what do you think?
Wii U.
Lawrence, what do you think?
Xbox One.
I'm gonna say Xbox One as well. James,
Wii U?
whatever, garbage. Joel,
I mean, I guess the Wii U. Most games I want to play are on the Wii U. I
you're
even own a
not,
Wii
but you're
U.
not gonna play them.
Well, I would if I had a Wii U.
We're not happy that we have to pick the Wii U.
PS4 is still the best way to play all the cross-platform games, though.
Agreed.
I think it's probably the best platform as it stands with like Assassin's Creed and COD and all the usuals.
As a pure gaming device, it's perfect. And I think actually to take away from this list, the best thing to take away from this list is that most of the best games are multi-platform.
Which is awesome for everybody.
Yeah, that's just great.
That's
The
very
exclusives
happy.
are kind of slowly dying out. That's just kind of where the industry is going right now.
Yeah.
So for one company to tout, we have the best exclusives is just kind of like winning the Special Olympics.
Lawrence, how much is the Wii U right now?
$300.
$300.
Oh my God.
To play all the games I've already played before.
Should probably be $250 at this point.
So in conclusion, competition is good, and the Wii U's great, and Spool's wrong.
You should tell us in the comments which system you think has the best exclusives.
Dreamcast.
PC.
Moving on to trailers, we got the Far Cry 4 Karat series. This is the Lowlands.
Sure.
I don't know
Are we
if
allowed
can
to say that?
Just bleep this whole part.
All right, up next, The Evil Within, The World Within.
The world within the evil within the evil.
Can't talk about that.
You son of a bitch.
Just bleep this whole part.
Bleep all the trailers. Look, when you just add a number on the end of it, that doesn't mean it's a new game.
U is not a number.
Mario Kart 8 is what I'm talking about, not the Wii U.
But there are more carts than ever before.
I don't think there are. I think they've scaled down the
They've
cart.
added the
There are
Mercedes.
more characters than ever before.
No, I don't think so.
I think
There
they're
are
about
more
the same.
tracks than ever before.
More does not imply better.
I'm not sure about
I'm not sure about that one either.
The number 8 is more numbers than they've ever had before.
That's true.
Hey guys, it's Friday. Let's party on Friday. I'm here with my friends in my car, and it's not Saturday anymore.
don't care if Monday's blue. Everyone goes from Monday High.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be such a good week. I can't wait.
Boy, and today we're asking the question, is The Division better than Destiny?
Well, what? Hold on a second.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, hold on a second. So the EB Games Expo 2014 happened, and apparently The Division is Game of the Show of the Year, the best game ever, better than Destiny, sex your own dick. There's lots of cool stuff there.
Right. Well, that's the quote, at least according to what Castle Computer says.
Who?
Yes. Something from Dragon Ball Z. They go on to say that people in the expo were saying things like, The Division does it so much better than Destiny, and Bungie is in a lot of trouble.
Are they really in trouble?
They can't hear you under the $500 million that's stuffed in their ears right now. So first, let's go over the story.
Yeah.
We're going to compare these two games. The game will have an echo mechanic, recreating events in the game.
The only thing I can think of is the Guardians of the Galaxy when he walks up to that, civilization and puts that thing out. I think that's what it is, right? That's where you see where you're going. Does anybody?
Cassette tape?
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean.
Jeez. Copyright notice.
Lawrence, you also won't have to go to Bungie.net and read those Grimoire cards or whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, I actually like that. I like a strict separation of the people that want story, go over here and read a book. People that want a gameplay, go over here and play a game.
I didn't like that.
Right.
I don't want to read cards. I'd much rather have the story in the game.
I mean, if you ever sat in the toilet for an extended amount of time, you will know that Destiny does have a very rich lore.
I'm usually like
The problem is most of it's just not in the game.
yeah, usually 20, 25 minutes I'm sitting on the toilet, so I can read those Grimoire cards, no problem. There also won't be any quests really in the Division, but you'll meet characters that will give you story bits as you play.
Interesting. These are called narrative checkpoints,
Yeah.
as we like to call it, game progression.
Yep.
It sounds like a cutscene that triggers once you enter in the right kind of area. I
Yeah,
mean, this has been in games for about 25 years now.
Definitely. So as it stands right now, Ubisoft typically does story better than what we've seen in Destiny or in Dark Souls or things like that.
Yeah, we'll get more to that later.
Yeah, so up next, the companion app for both games. Someone can play with you from a tablet in the Division, controlling a drone that drops tear gas, deploys shields, or can shoot enemies directly. Lawrence, why is that fun or not fun?
I don't know. I guess it depends on whether or not you have somebody sitting next to you that wants to do something. And instead of, reading a Kindle book on their app, they can have a little drone fly around and pick out guys for you.
I like to call my friends to come over and sit next to me as I play Destiny by myself.
That's weird. Why would you want to do that?
I want
Hey,
to.
bro, come watch me play Destiny.
I want them green with envy.
Up next, the loot system. This is a very huge point of contention for Destiny. It looks like it's about the same thing in the Division. In this preview, the writer mentions a legendary item drop.
Purple.
Yeah.
By comparison, Destiny has caves where polygonal cubes drop.
But people that play Destiny like that, right?
Ricky, you like the pretty colors.
Yeah, pretty colors are nice.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean,
and they
like-
drop in caves that you hang out in for 2.5
When
hours.
you see something nice drop, you're like, yay!
Yeah,
I did the thing!
Loot caves, loot stairs. Come on, that's all cool.
It's like when your mother kisses you on the forehead. What?
Moving on to gameplay, we got the third-person action-adventure shooter. It's developed by Ubisoft, so we know that they can do that correctly. They've been doing it for years and years and years.
And over and over.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the mechanics will be very MMO-esque. The GameStop article refers to the holy trinity of MMO gameplay roles, the tank, healer, and DPS, which we have seen time and time again.
Yes.
But once again, they're just putting it into a different world. This time you have a gun, and it's not a turn-based combat, typical MMO style thing.
Right. Lawrence, what about the enemies?
Yeah, that even kind of continues the MMO trend. The same GameSpot article, referred to an aggro system, which is basically like every MMO ever. The tank basically has to manage aggro to make sure it doesn't start hitting the DPS or the healer, and you can use that to like flank around enemies and stuff like that. It's the same old thing.
Shut up!
No, I mean, it's all basically the same thing. But, again, Bungie was saying the game was revolutionary. It's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, and the classes actually didn't play too much differently. I think it's actually more in PvP they play differently.
Sure.
PvE is just sort of, sure. I mean, if you die, someone can just pick you up. You don't exactly have a healer or a tank. You have shades of those, but not really.
All right. Leveling in the Division will work like Borderlands or Diablo with a skill tree that will unlock new abilities as you play, which we're all very used to.
Yeah, Destiny has a skill circle.
Sure.
It's not a tree.
Same deal.
Each area of the map has 3 meters. What?
What are meters? What do you mean meters?
Like units of space.
Section?
It's a small map.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean, Lawrence?
Oh, nobody knows. I mean, it's security, contagion, and morale.
All right.
I think people have figured out that as you kill enemies in a particular area, the security meter goes up, so it's like safer. But we don't really know what that means for the broader scale. My guess is it's going to be like a free-to-play game where if enough people kill enough enemies in this one region, it'll maybe reduce the spawn rates of those enemies or something like that. It's their nod to the massively multiplayer part of the game.
Gotcha.
Well, it's nice. It means they're trying to do a persistent world, which is something that we're always interested in, especially with these kinds of games. But the question does remain, do we think that this will be better than a Bungie-developed first-person shooter? I'll go first. So gameplay-wise, no. Story and differentiating content, yes, most definitely. Destiny is a fun, very shallow experience. It does like 3 things good and it does them a lot. The Division has a lot more potential to offer much more variety, and if it's anything like the past Ubisoft games that we've seen before, you'll be doing the same 4 things.
Whoa, 4?
Over and
That's a lot
over.
of things.
But at least they'll be cleverly disguised as fetch quests and escort missions.
Right, so if the Division is anything like Assassin's Creed, they're going to give you way too much story. So they're going to err on the side of too much, whereas Destiny didn't give you anything at all. That's totally fine with me. I would much rather have more story than less. It should also walk you through each gameplay step like a little baby. Just like every other Assassin's Creed. It's like press X to stab wolf.
But I've been doing this for like 10 years. I know how to stab wolf.
But again, you know, it's one of those things where I, for some reason, always forget every time I put myself in front of a controller for Assassin's Creed. It's like,
been a whole 9 months since I've played.
Thank you, Assassin's Creed. I appreciate you telling me. Also, the game will always be online. Just brace yourself for that. It's going to be always online. There's going to be DRM. Just get ready. Lawrence, what do you think?
I think it depends what people want out of a game. I think that if you want more traditional storytelling narrative in your game, if you want more cutscenes and dialogue that you can't skip, you'll probably like The Division. But I think it's also going to have the same snapback where people play it for 2 weeks, farm the shit out of it, and then they're like, wait a minute, I've been farming this whole time.
Well, yeah, it's like the one guy, Neo guy, played Destiny for 100 hours, and he's mad that he played it for so long.
Why you played it for 100 hours?
I would like my money back, please.
It's totally worth the $60.
We're going to go around the room and ask the question if Division's going to be better than Destiny. Phil.
I haven't played Destiny.
James.
I think that I've decided I can like more than one game.
Zane.
What?
You can like it more than one.
He's all what? Jack.
I haven't played it.
Spool.
Pokemon.
Yep.
Joel.
More purples!
Kat.
What?
All right, audio trailers. We got the Borderlands, the pre-sequel launch trailer.
We did it, guys. We finally made it to the Borderlands pre-sequel launch.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna give a big shout out to Phil because he's somehow got every Borderlands trailer ever.
There's 14 of them.
Oh, fuck me.
Next up we got Assassin's Creed Rogue, the story trailer.
Yes.
It's about everyone's favorite X-Men character, Rogue.
No, it's not. This is an Assassin's Creed game.
Don't let her touch you.
And Gambit's like, I love you, but mon ami, don't touch me.
It's Jack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Jack, have you ever watched Inside Gaming before? Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so normally what we do when we bring a new camera in is we actually have the cameraman stand in front, host the entire show.
For the next week.
No, yeah, you can just read off the teleprompter, and then usually we stand back. We stand back.
He also edits the show.
Right, that's right. He edits the show.
He does all the tags,
Oh,
do the metadata.
and then you also have to take your shirt off. Oh man.
But seriously, get up there.
Everyone got this room.
Hi, it's Wednesday! All right, so I was gonna. Ow! What the hell? All right, so I was just gonna give a little lesson. So put your face up to the screen right there. Okay. Right there. Have they done it yet? Do you think?
Give him a second. Yes.
Right. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Okay.
Did I get it? You think I got it? Did I get high enough?
So your first story for today is the future of games all going mobile.
We think so. So even though we're fighting in the trenches of the great next-gen console wars, another war is brewing on the horizon.
Yeah, so forget your 900p's and your 30 FPS's and asses. Now we got to worry about all games going mobile.
Right, so here's the first news story. Nexus set-top something or other plays games.
That's true.
First up, Google announced their own set-top Android media/games player today. It's called the Nexus Player, and it's $100. The little black disc will stream movies and play games through Google Play.
Very similar to Amazon's own Fire console that we saw earlier this year. You can also buy a traditional gaming controller featuring 2 analog sticks, a D-pad, and the usual array of face buttons for $40 additional.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad. Pre-orders for the player will open on October 17th, while retail sales begin on November 3rd.
So go ahead and set aside $100 if you can't wait to play Angry Birds on your TV like you already can on your Roku, your Fire TV, your Ouya, Joel.
Yeah,
Joel, your Ouya.
And finally, I can play Angry Birds on 2 consoles at the same time.
Google also announced some other Android hardware today, and if you're interested in that, check out Elliot Spool, and Ricky's coverage. They talk about the Nexus 6. Thank God. It's
Bruce
here.
is finally getting a new phone.
But it'll be in like 2 months when it comes out.
Before they started adding numbers to the Nexus, Bruce had that phone.
Now, before you slap your belly and laugh at the idea of an Android-powered gaming device, do that. Will you do it for me?
Not laugh.
You didn't laugh.
Oh, sorry. That's how I laugh. Inside.
Game downloads on the Google Play Store have been blowing up lately. Lawrence, tell them all about it.
Yeah, the research firm App Annie says that quote, games were responsible for nearly all of Google Play's Q3 revenue growth in each country, meaning the US and South Korea, basically.
Yep.
This is games like Boom Beach, Clash of Clans, and Kim Kardashian Hollywood
Woo!
are some of the most downloaded. So yeah, it's going well. App Annie also said that, quote, Google Play worldwide quarterly downloads are about 60% higher than iOS App Store downloads in Q3 2014.
Damn.
And roughly the same lead as last quarter.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's tempting to think that Apple still has a stranglehold on the mobile space, but they kind of don't.
And I mean, iOS versus Android aside, like we've been saying for a million times, time and time again, mobile games are already a huge business, which is why we see major players like Amazon starting their own game studios. It only makes sense.
Right. That's on to the third news story. The Amazon Game Studios announced a bunch of new titles. So remember when Amazon bought those guys who made Strider and Killer Instinct?
I do, Double Helix.
Double Helix,
They made
yeah.
some good stuff. Yeah. Well, it turns out actually those guys haven't been sitting around shoving strawberries up their asses all day.
That's usually what I do.
So they announced 4 games. That includes Till Morning Light, which looks like some kind of haunted house game.
Sure.
Creep Storm, which is tower defense.
Yeah,
Dumb.
whatever.
Saber's Edge, who the fuck knows? There's a cube that rotates, and then guys fight each other on top.
Mobile game.
And then finally, my favorite, Tofu Fury.
Tofu.
Fury.
There you go.
Which just involves a lot of touching.
What does that mean?
Well, sadly, none of these games really seem to utilize the controller like we were hoping for the Amazon Fire.
Right.
Especially since Strider was the fucking shit.
Yeah, Strider was really good.
Yeah, so some games are only tablet, basically.
Of course.
Except for Till Morning Light, which appears to play like a first-generation GameCube game, so that's good.
Okay.
And yes, we are kind of shitting on these guys, but there's something important to note here. Amazon bought Double Helix to make games for both tablet and living room, and this is only their first round of developed games, and this is only the beginning.
Yeah, Amazon is usually pretty progressive from a tech standpoint, and like we've been saying for a while, the separation between mobile and traditional consoles is getting more narrow every day. My guess is with those Amazon games, they're all going to be free to play, or at least, you know, like supported by microtransactions. I think that it'll be just the first round of very, you know, just sort of like testing the waters.
And a little history lesson, about a year ago, we were all laughing at the Ouya, but they were actually kind of onto something. Now that Amazon and Google are getting involved, it's actually time to take note.
Yep, it really
that
is.
when these guys, these are juggernauts who are getting involved, you better believe that Sony and Microsoft are both looking at this. So Sony's already developed the PlayStation TV, the Vita TV in Japan, as it's called.
Yep.
So they're already kind of going here when you're seeing things like streaming services. This is the future.
Yeah, it really is.
Strap in, boys.
Lawrence, what do we have to say to those console boys?
That, you know, games are games. Everyone's becoming a gamer, and you want to draw a line in the sand and say that somebody that plays Kim Kardashian is different than somebody that plays fucking Call of Duty. You know what? In the grand scheme of things, they're not that different.
Yep.
And why would you subdivide yourselves? Why would you say you're not part of my club?
Because they're not as good as I am at the thing that I do, and they are casual and they stink, and they're also girls, and girls are gross.
No, that's not
Stop
true.
generalizing,
I like
Joel,
girls.
but you're doing a pretty spot-on
I
impression.
like girls. Look it, embrace it. Everyone plays games, and that means games get bigger, then games get better, because there's higher demand and more developers make more games. It's just capitalism. That's just the way capitalism works. We're gonna get some better games out of it. Plus, fuck it, man. We're all playing games. We can all join up, talk about Candy Crush and Kim Kardashian, Call of Duty.
Puzzle Quest, Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Puzzle Quest. I mean, like, why? What's the problem?
I want to get a dinosaur.
Why can't we all just hang out?
Finally, I can have a conversation with Bruce's mom.
I want a dinosaur.
I'm never letting my mom talk to you ever.
Again.
On to your trailers. We got the Civilization Beyond Earth.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Intro cinematic, The Chosen or whatever.
Have fun.
Who cares?
Next up with the Saints Row, Get Out of Hell, 7 Sins trailer. Followed by a note from Phil, I will not be in the office today. We didn't even notice.
I like that he wrote it into the script. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, that's
we appreciate it.
We miss you. We wish you the best on whatever you're doing.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He's driving his girlfriend to the airport, and he said, I can't be bothered to come back up to West
Driving his
Hollywood.
girlfriend to the airport.
Really? They have
But-
taxis now, you know?
And you can take a lift or something.
They also have buses, other forms of transportation. Joel, you want to count us in? Since Phil's not here.
I don't know. I feel like I also ran. I feel like a second place finisher. I feel like next in line.
You know, we
Play
refer
that
to
music
that
again, Ricky.
Yeah, we call that settling.
Oh.
It'll get Joel.
You're
I'm a
second
settler.
best.
I'm a
Yeah.
settler.
We couldn't get the best one.
He's my favorite jam.
I like this song. The whole thing's the drop.
He's like off, totally off beat.
Hey, some of us are still trying to market it.
All right.
Everyone, get this from Thursday.
All right, Thursday, here we go. Let's do it.
Let's get into conspiracy time, because apparently Microsoft and Sony are pressuring Ubisoft for a 30 frames per second thing going on now.
That's kind of weird. Engineers from Ubisoft visited a French school earlier this week, which I'm not going to say because I don't know French. I think it's called Grenoble INP. And I butchered it. I'm sorry, guys.
Welcome to America.
These Ubisoft engineers answered student questions and related what game development is like.
Yeah, apparently a kid on Reddit, who has now deleted his account, asked the engineers, I quote, "Are you aware of the negative response to the recent decision to lock your games, like AC Unity, into 30 frames per second? If so, what do you think about that?"
Right, according to that Reddit kid, the engineers said, "The game architect said that on consoles and for this type of game, they have to choose between graphical fidelity and smoothness." He then implied that Microsoft, is making them lock the frame rate on PC too. Then he smiled, said, "But our eyes can't see past 24 frames per second anyway," and winked at me.
What the fuck? Like Santa?
Yeah, just like Santa.
So we're asking the question, why the hell would they do that, Lawrence?
Well, you have to stretch a little bit to come up with a reason, but the only one I can think of is that Sony and Microsoft don't want games to obviously run better on any platform other than their own.
Okay.
The rationale being, so say a gamer sees a game running on PC and then running on console runs way better on PC, they're like, oh, I'm gonna set my console on fire or something.
But our eyes can't see past 24 frames per second.
That's not true.
Wink?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? I don't know, man. With a wink and a
That's
smile.
just been the case. That's been the case for years. So I don't know why it would be a problem now. PC games have always run better than console games have, and it's been fine.
But I mean, like, wouldn't that be a selling point though if the game ran better on a PS4 and you could be like, Assassin's Creed runs better on PlayStation 4? And like, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, there are also other problems with this story as well. This is coming secondhand from some random Reddit user, and we don't even have a direct quote from the Ubisoft employee.
Right, true.
We don't even know who the Ubisoft employee was, for that matter.
So this is 2 steps removed from anything resembling a source. So that alone is reason to be skeptical. Now it's kind of weird because, again, when this story came out sort of yesterday, all of a sudden everything started getting deleted, like the pictures and the Reddit account and all
It's all
that
gone.
stuff.
Yeah, and on top of all of that, the hearsay is just the implication that Microsoft and Sony are pressuring game developers.
We don't actually know any of that for sure, that's what's happening. So we think the Ubisoft visit probably did happen to the school, but the rest of this info is so far removed from anything resembling a credible source that it's all been blown out of proportion.
Plus head of Xbox Phil Spencer said directly on Twitter that Microsoft wouldn't make developers lock the frames per second.
Yeah, I mean, he said it right there on Twitter.
The story makes Bruce angry.
All right. To make matters worse, the Reddit account responsible for these posts, as I said before, has been deleted, and the photo of the presentation has also been removed from Imgur. So we think that the truth is somewhere in the middle here.
Of course, it is possible that Microsoft and Sony exert some kind of pressure on game developers, but we think it's very unlikely that they would mandate a frame rate lock when it comes to the PC, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, I mean, PC is not their main competitor. As much as we like to believe we're at the center of the universe, we're
Right.
actually the smaller part of the market, especially those with enthusiast hardware that can run a game like Unity at 60 frames per second. Of
course.
What's way more likely is that Microsoft and Sony are competing with each other, and they say, hey, we don't want the game running better on that other console than it does on ours.
Right.
At least make them the same. And then they can leverage whatever powers they have to do that. They can say, hey, if your game runs better on PS4, maybe it won't get featured as long on the Xbox store.
Ooh.
So what you're saying is by whipping out a ruler and measuring pixels frame by frame is just a waste of anyone's time and they should be doing something else with their life, right, Lawrence?
You're making a lot of people angry in the comments, Adam.
No, I'm just...
They want to argue.
This is just conjecture. I'm just extrapolating what Lawrence was saying
Just let
and
them
putting it
argue.
into real words. I didn't
think a
say
console
it.
war can be good fun as long as you don't take it too seriously.
Right, exactly.
Like it's fun to dig in and be like, "Ooh, the Xbox can render 5 more pixels every second. It must be better." But that's where it should end. Then you're like, okay, and then you step away from your computer, you go eat a nice hamburger, you hang out with your friends, you see a nice movie, and you don't take this shit too serious.
And then you argue about movies.
Yeah.
So even if the Illuminati wants your games to run at 30 frames a second, the PC gaming community will always find a way around it. Games like Dark Souls and Final Fantasy XIII launched on PC with locked resolutions and frame rates but then they were modded within days to unlock their full potential.
All right, so never fear, ye Master Race. No one's coming for your pixels. You're just not the priority.
Not at all. Not really.
No, not at all.
Sorry, PC Master Race. And I'm a member of that PC Master Race.
We all are,
Yeah.
we all are, but when you look at the world's most popular game, League of Legends, and seeing what kind of computer that could run on, you get a kind of idea of what the mass consumers are when it comes to PC gaming.
Right.
They're all in China. It's true.
Is that racist?
What?
Am
No.
I being racist there?
No.
That's just
No.
a stat.
China and Russia make up a huge portion of the PC
right.
gaming market,
Just wanna make sure.
and it's mostly in cafes.
On your trailers, we got the Assassin's Creed Unity cast of characters. Is this Phil? Is this in 30 frames a second? 60 frames a
I
second?
need to know.
20p?
Maybe
gotta watch it
720p?
yourself.
900p?
Did Microsoft make this trailer only run at 24 frames a second?
24 frames a second?
I cannot comment on that.
All right.
By the way, the
Read the Phil fact.
The Phil fact says this is about the 14th official trailer for the. So is it the
boy.
14th official trailer or
That
not?
I have. I mean, it could be missing one, but I don't think
That's
so.
not a Phil. That's not a fact.
Then it's
You
the
understand?
14th official trailer
That is
release.
not a fact.
I'm less concerned about the frame rate of this game, and I'm wondering why they can't make children look like children. They look like hideous monsters.
That's how children look.
No, they don't.
I've seen them.
I've seen some good children.
LA traffic is best summarized by a shit ton of people that have nowhere to fucking go.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. Why
Like,
do they do
it's like there's so much traffic, but you're behind someone who's just like sitting there,
I don't
not
get it.
turning right on red,
Yeah.
and then like the green light goes, and they're kind of like easing out of there. I'm like, go, you fucking retard!
Yeah.
Don't you know that all the lights last about 3 seconds?
Hey, welcome back to Traffic Talk. Talking about all your LA traffic. You know what I hate about LA traffic? I hate the traffic.
Let's go to Spool for the traffic.
The traffic looks pretty open out there, Bob.
Who's Bob?
His name's Bruce, you idiot. Hey everyone, welcome to the show for Friday. The reason for today, hatred. Is it the dumbest game in the world?
It might be, actually. Polish developers Destructive Creations announced Hatred yesterday, a game in which the main character wears a badass trench coat and goes around killing civilians.
It's basically every goth kid that just saw The Matrix Wet Dream,
The Matrix
and
came out in 1999.
it's still a reference worth making. So, surprise, surprise, some people got upset.
Yeah, a lot of people got upset, actually. It's hard to blame them. Recent public shootings have made the issue a very sore spot, especially here in America.
True, the trailer even has the main character spewing his final manifesto as he loads guns, saying, I quote, I just fucking hate this world, he rasps. My whole life is just cold, bitter hatred.
Lawrence, this is just try hard at its finest, right?
No, this is Tale of Two Cities. A Tale of Three Cities. Four
Oh,
cities.
it's beautiful. I didn't know.
Cities Too Furious.
It's poetry, you say?
Dickens was the tryhard of his day.
So this is around the time in the show where we stick our noses up in the air and talk about how terrible the game is for you, right?
No.
No, not at all.
No, we're not
God,
gonna,
no.
yeah, we're not going to do that. Listen, Destructive Creations knows exactly what they're doing. The announcement trailer got almost 500,000 views in a single day. If they announced a puzzle game for iOS and Android, nobody would give one single fuck.
Correct, by intentionally stirring up controversy to get everyone talking about the game, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, they even issued a statement saying exactly that. Statement reads, quote, these days when a lot of games are heading to be polite, colorful, and politically correct, and trying to be some kind of higher art rather than just entertainment, we want to create something against trends, and they've definitely done that.
Yeah, it got a lot of people's attention, especially Epic Games, who are already distancing themselves from the project, saying that the video is using the trademarked Unreal Engine 4 logo without permission from Epic, and we've asked for the removal of our logo from all marketing associated with this product.
Right, Destructive Creations was happy to oblige, stating that they will remove Epic Games logos from the game and future trailers.
Correct, but the gaming community did not exactly accept the announcement with open arms.
Well, why wouldn't they?
I don't
know. Games writers rushed to their keyboards to tell everyone how revolted they were, while gamers circulated boycott movements on Twitter as well.
What a great idea. That always works. So ironically, Polygon published an article saying that shot culture is dead.
It is?
Somehow missing the point that they've already run 2 articles on the game.
Lawrence, is shot culture dead?
No, it's obviously working.
Yeah.
That's the irony. You can't write a 1,200-word article about how pointless it is when you're invalidating that by the fact that you wrote the article in the first place.
Yep, that's true. We can't blame gamers for not embracing hatred right off the bat, obviously, especially those that remember the moral panic in the mid-1990s.
Let's go back in time all the way to 1994 when U.S. Senator Joe Lieberman called for a video game regulation in response to games like Mortal Kombat and Night Trap, which once again, look at Night Trap. You have to actually, if you haven't played the game, I can see someone getting mad at it.
Sure.
But nothing bad happens in the game. It's stupid.
So the video game industry responded by forming the ESRB, a self-regulating board that operates like the MPAA for movies.
Older gamers are worried that hatred may spark yet another moral panic, leading to interviews on CNN about violent video games featuring some lawyer that doesn't know anything about what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
We also like to call that free publicity. Yeah. That's probably exactly what the creators of hatred want.
That is exactly what they want, and it's going to happen at some point. I can feel it. Regardless of whether you're personally offended by hatred or merely worried that it will attract unwanted attention, Lawrence, tell them the bottom line.
That video games are a medium of art, and hatred is a work in that medium, and as such, it has a right to exist, even if you don't like it.
True.
And if you don't like it, just look the other way. You're giving it power by acknowledging it, regardless of your intention. So if you're getting it your stupid little picket sign and walking around in a circle on the internet, you're just reminding everyone that it exists, and you might work against yourself by bringing it to the attention of somebody that actually wants to consume that media.
Or informing people who have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
What it is.
What it is, exactly.
Thanks.
And also, we know that we are acknowledging it as well, but we feel it's our obligation on this show to respond to what the internet is saying and feeling on a daily basis. That's kind of how we operate.
And we're kind of interjecting our opinion and trying to put a level-headed stamp on this to at least look at it and recognize this for what it is. Yeah. You don't need to freak out. You don't need to love it. Just kind of stand in the middle, and if you don't look, it will just go away.
Yeah, no, and furthermore, we think hatred looks kind of interesting. Yeah. I mean, look at it this way.
It's Smash TV with a black and white filter.
Right, and we've murdered so many people in video games. This happens all the time. Yeah. You know, like the bad motivations, good motivations, you're killing lots of people.
It's kind of a small miracle, actually, that a game about violence can make us feel again. Because we're all dead inside.
The game is near parity with how absurd the character's dialogue is, because as we stated earlier, it's possible the final product will have something more interesting or profound to say about angry metal kids that want to kill the world.
Very similar to kind of like what Hotline Miami did a couple years ago. And even if it doesn't, it's still just pure entertainment and form of art.
Please remember, if you just look at this game like it's any other video game, it loses its shock value and therefore its power. Hatred is yet another violent game in a sea of violent games.
Yeah, this one, for whatever reason, just has everyone talking about it, which is exactly what they wanted to do. So you're doing...
Too long.
Cut your hair!
Yeah, he should cut his hair.
It's really poorly written, and it kind of made me laugh.
Yeah, no, well,
at how bad it was.
And I think that's what we were all talking about here, is that it may be trying to make you laugh. It may be trying to see that this is so fucking ridiculous that, you know, like nobody would ever do this.
Maybe even this controversy that's happening right now might even influence the game development now. They might even change something in it to reflect what's happening today. That'd be kind of interesting.
That would be really... Lawrence, do you have any final thoughts?
Just that we've been here before. I mean, Hotline Miami is a great reference. Just because nobody knew about it, it debuted itself with a dash of style. People didn't get that offended, but Postal, the first Postal, was as brainlessly violent. There was kind of a rush down the violence well in the late 90s. I remember this game called Kingpin. You would sell drugs and beat people to death with pipes. It was trying to be edgy.
And I don't care what kind of self-proclaimed journalist that you are. If you want to say that 90s shock culture is dead, that's more of a reason to use it today because no one is using it. Yeah. It's getting people's attention. That's why these guys did it.
That's a really good point.
It's a marketing strategy, and it's working.
Either way, forget about hatred if you don't want to support them. Just forget about the game. Don't play it. Don't look at the trailers. Just fuck it. Who cares, right?
Yeah. Guess what? By telling someone not to do something, they're gonna do it.
I know. On to your trailers. We got the Evolve Savage Goliath trailer.
Yep, it's there.
There she is.
Hey guys, remember Evolve?
Phil, what's the Goliath look like?
Some giant creature.
It's not a new monster.
It's the same one,
right? It's just like a skin that you can get like for DLC, like you did for yours.
It's just a reminder that, hey, sorry the game got delayed, but please don't forget us, because we're writing a lot of hype.
What, the end of the month?
The alpha of the beta starts soon, yeah.
Alpha, yes, the alpha, sorry.
Do you remember when you lost your passion for this job? All right, we're done.
What do you mean, what, sure?
Like, what is it, Threadless, or is it?
No, it's some weird independent company.
Oh, you've probably never heard of it.
It says, well, no, I don't know the name of the company.
Does your underwear have a belt buckle? Hold on.
Maiden Voyage.
Maiden Voyage.
Cool.
Wait, can you pull up your shirt a little bit?
The same people who. What?
I want to see your underwear. Hold on. Oh, it's all the X belt?
He's got an X-Men underwear.
Really? Yeah. Oh, because it looks like a belt buckle and a belt buckle. I was like, wow.
I doubled it up.
You ain't getting to my dick. Everyone welcome to the show, Monday. Hi.
Oh, Smash Brothers! Yes.
Today on the show, we're talking about Super Smash Brothers and what we
We're
want.
supposed to do that all together. Let's do it all together. What?
Oh.
Smash Brothers! What?
Okay.
We
What?
want!
Adam's done nothing but play Super Smash Brothers on 3DS for the past month, so fuck it. Let's do a what we want.
It's really good, and my thumb hurts.
Yeah.
Also, Nintendo is hosting a Direct this Thursday that will have actual news, but we'll just make some stuff up in the meantime.
It's going to be fun. We're all big fans of Smash Brothers in the office here, except for this guy, 'cause he's a loser.
It's not a PC!
First up, they got to fix the online play.
This is true.
Jeez.
Yeah, Brawl's multiplayer was there, but it was laggy as hell. I blame the Wii and it being only Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Awful. We're hoping Nintendo will provide dedicated servers, or at the least smart matchmaking to make sure one guy with the tin can internet doesn't kill a match for everyone like I've been experiencing on the 3DS a little bit.
Lawrence, how do they fix that? Do they slow down the game? What do they do?
Just typical matchmaking stuff. You match people that are geographically close together. If Nintendo wanted to really splurge, they could set up CDNs around the world, like just dedicated servers like Microsoft is doing. I don't think they'll do that though, because that's really expensive. So more likely than not, we'll just have the same kind of gameplay. Hopefully, people will buy the wired adapter for the Wii U's.
Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that.
Wait, is it optional?
It is optional.
Then no one's going to buy it.
Yeah, no.
You have to be pro, super pro, play for glory.
Speaking of being pro, spectator mode. Brawl's online viewing mode was great, and we'd like to see more of that. Maybe allow spectators to function as the audience by choosing whose name to chant or throw items on the stage, having some kind of interactivity.
That'd be really
would
cool.
Pretty damn cool.
I like that a lot. Better lobbies. We got to add a training mode so you can load up while other players decide on characters and stages. Perhaps a way to communicate in a way beyond those pre-written messages. You ever play checkers on Windows and they have only the drop-down menu that says like "Good game" or "Boy, you got me there"? Why can't we just put voice chat in? Like, why
Competitive checkers, catch the king.
Why can't we just talk to each other? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Next, I was talking about the gamepad functionality. You may notice that the Wii U has a little touchpad thing.
What?
And we're wondering how that's going to actually play into the game of Smash Brothers.
Right. Aside from that, we actually hope Nintendo doesn't shoehorn too many gamepad features into the game. Given that they've announced GameCube controller support, we're confident that Nintendo is focusing on a more traditional control scheme, which I think is pretty ridiculous that you have to use a GameCube controller.
I've noticed a lot of people here are huge fans of it, especially our very own James Willems is very excited to buy an old controller and use it again.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. If this game doesn't have a Dungeon Master mode where you can use the gamepad to drop in items and shit, then it is a waste of life.
Lawrence, do you think that's even a possibility?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of things we haven't seen about Smash yet, and I would fully expect them to have some kind of local multiplayer mode that utilizes the gamepad in some way. They have to, right? They have to.
They didn't for Mario Kart.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't use it at all for Mario Kart. Up next, new modes and unlocks. We want something you can play with friends that's a little more in-depth than a simple game of Smash.
Yeah, and if the 3DS version is any indication, they do have like the adventure mode that you can play as a group and that sort of thing. It's different, it's fun, it's kind of ridiculous. But a recent leak has hinted at a board game mode,
what the hell?
Which sounds like it could be a Mario Party-esque interpretation of the game. I'm hoping for something like WarioWare, something like that.
That'd be cool.
I'm down.
Lawrence, is that what that is?
I could be. I could see it going a few different ways. When I hear that, I imagine just like a Mario Party layout, and then like the spaces that you land on are kind of mini games of Smash. So it's like one stock versus 4 characters, and then if you and another player land on the same square, you guys either play together or against each other.
Okay,
it could work out really well.
That's really cool. Also, obviously, more stages, collectible trophies. Yeah. More tons of secret characters. Speaking of which, here's a bunch of characters we want to see in the new Smash Brothers.
First up, Ivy from Soul Calibur.
Yeah, Goro.
Bayonetta.
Beautiful Joe.
Spider-Man.
Bomberman.
Knuckles.
Skull Kid.
Navi.
Mickey Rourke.
Diamond Dallas Page.
I heard Sword Art Online is a thing.
Danny DeVito.
Some anime character from Shenmue.
Panzer Dragoon level. No characters.
Oh, the A-Team.
Mike Tyson.
Goku.
Aaron Yeager.
From where? Lee Harvey Oswald.
Alexander the Great.
Jesus.
Adult Hitler.
Joel said baby Hitler. Oh man, that's really funny.
Well, I mean, like they have Adult Link and Toon Link. You can have Adult Hitler and Baby Hitler.
Baby Hitler, yeah. And then the most offensive one of all, the Xbox avatar.
They should put Mario from Super Mario Brothers in it.
One of these days.
You can't have more characters without having more stages.
True, that's true.
So let's go down the list of things that we want to see and fight our friends on.
Dre Beats production facility.
The Sriracha bottling plant.
Something from Futurama, I'm not sure what.
The top of an active guillotine.
Okay, yeah, Tiananmen Square, definitely.
The airport from Die Hard 2.
The slaughterhouse.
And Tetris stage.
The closet you hid in while your parents yelled at each other in the hallway.
Auschwitz.
Solitaire from Microsoft Windows.
Inside the NES cartridge that you're constantly blowing into.
All of Star Wars.
Hawaii.
All jokes aside, this is one of the few situations where it's actually difficult for us to come up with what we want for Super Smash Bros. Because the game is so close to a perfect game.
Yeah, they pretty much perfected it with Melee, and Brawl was kind of indicative of that. Yeah. And this new one, it's basically just the same game but in HD.
Right.
And that's really all we've ever wanted.
I can't believe the game was not in HD before on the Wii.
That's what the Dolphin emulator was for, but that apparently is the most illegal thing in the world.
Whatever. Lawrence, what else do you want to see? Anything?
Not really. When it comes to games like this, it's just an excuse to play Smash Brothers again.
Yep.
That's really all. It's like Mario Kart, just an excuse to play Mario Kart again. If it's Smash Brothers and now it's in HD, that's all I want.
Yeah. So the question is, what do you?
We are going to play a drinking game when it comes out, so look forward to that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Super Smashed Brothers.
On to your trailers, we got the WWE 2K15 game has
changed.
Yep.
What has changed about the game? Is it still glitchy as fuck?
No. The game is a term for Triple H. It's a nickname.
Oh.
So they probably like made his hair shorter a little bit longer.
Oh, that's cool.
All they changed.
Is that all they changed?
Oh, he did change his hair, so yeah.
That's really
Our
good.
fans just walked by.
Oh, look, those are fans.
No, there are too many vaginas.
With more than a decade of smashing under our belts, we thought we'd weigh in on what we want to see from the next Smash Brothers online. Oh, whoops. Online. Next Smash online. Here, let's
The
go
next
back.
Smash,
Go back.
period.
Yeah, exactly. Go back. A little further back. All right. Actually, you know what? Fuck that line.
I want to play as the guy from Hatred
Oh, that's right.
and the woman who gets her face blown off in Hatred.
Master Chief?
Yeah, Master Chief.
Tell us in the comments what you want to see. No jokes.
Yeah.
I
please.
mean it.
This is a very serious news show. Hey, everyone, welcome to the show. Wednesday. Hi.
That's Wednesdays! Have you ever done a backwards hump? Watch my butt. Watch it. Watch.
You've done backwards one more time.
Oh, hold on. Have you seen this, though?
Look away, children. Your first observe today, are mobile games killing the PS4 and the Xbox One?
The answer is yes.
It's pretty much true, yes.
A pair of reports published today don't paint a bright future for console-based core gaming. First off, a report from games market research firm Newzoo claims that mobile will be gaming's biggest market by 2015.
That's in 2 months, in case that didn't click.
That's coming up very soon.
This claim is based on the massive year-over-year growth in the mobile industry. Gaming's mobile sector is valued at $25 billion in 2014, which is a ridiculous 42% increase over its valuation last year.
Lawrence, can you give us a little scale on that number?
Sure. Well, so the biggest part of that is Apple, and they grossed $4 billion. Now that's twice Nintendo's revenue. So just Apple's gaming branch is earning twice the money that Nintendo as an entire company is bringing in.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. So while analysts expected mobile gaming to become gaming's main market, they did not expect it to happen so quickly.
Many speculate that mobile gaming had reached a saturation point in Western markets, though that clearly has not happened yet.
Yep.
Even emerging markets like India also drive growth of mobile gaming. That's why you're seeing a lot of smartphones making their way there, like the new Motorola G.
They are becoming ubiquitous across the world. And also, the next story, a 100 billion mark for gaming pushed back due to the loss of second-tier gamers.
Interesting. So not only is mobile gaming growing, but console gaming is actually on the decline. Where does this information go from, Lawrence?
There's a research firm called DFC Intelligence, and they put out yearly reports on just the revenues of all sectors of the gaming market.
Yep.
Their most recent report had the revised prediction. Basically, they thought gaming was going to cross the $100 billion revenue mark in 2018, but they pushed it back to 2019 because they see the market kind of shifting to different areas and ultimately spending less money.
So that they actually attribute that to the loss of, like you said, the second-tier audience. That, those are the guys that bought Wii, Guitar Hero, Connect, Just Dance, those sorts of things that they're not the core gamers, they're the casual gamers.
They're talking about your mom.
Yeah, the casual trash, as you know them. Sorry about that, Joel.
I love your mom.
DFC said in the report, basically the more casual audience now has so many low-cost options.
We call those apps.
Yes, the free-to-plays and the tiny little microtransactions, all that other stuff.
So once again, we are sorry, everybody, but we've been warning you. It's coming whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's true.
But with all that said, there are some important distinctions to make. Console gaming has become a bit of a luxury hobby.
As you always say.
Yes, of course. Not everyone has to do it. And it's actually an affordable luxury hobby.
Yep.
Where smartphones are just as common as rickets these days.
Yeah, that's true. Rickets, rickets when people get them like this. See a lot of people walking around the street like this.
They usually have smartphones.
Yep. Typically, you buy a $50 to $60 game here in the US, and that's it. Very few games have you making repeat purchases or even giving you the chance to do so.
Right, we are seeing things like DLC and microtransactions and all
course,
that.
yeah.
That's basically because of mobile gaming, because it's making so much goddamn money.
Absolutely.
So mobile games like Spool are all about mass penetration.
Yeah, nice job, Spool.
The games
How
are,
did you know?
so they're usually $1 like trash heaps, or they're just free.
Trash heaps.
And the massive growth just really makes sense there because they're casting such a wide net.
Yep.
So while this may look like doom and gloom from the outside, it's really more of games just becoming accepted by the masses.
Lawrence, should people be worried?
No, absolutely not. It's this weird thing where you want the thing you like to be the thing that everyone likes.
Yep.
Like, if you really like hockey, for some reason you want that to be the world's most popular sport.
Yep.
It doesn't really work like that. Basically, it's fine, because the thing that you like has an audience big enough to sustain itself.
Absolutely.
The people
yeah.
that make games like Dark Souls aren't doing it for the money. They're doing it because it's the game they want to make. And as long as there are enough of you guys and us playing games like that, they'll keep making them.
Yep.
So it'll go on. We can just have our little corner that works fine by itself, and then all the other money is over there in Candy Crush. That's actually a good thing, because that means people that are in games just for the money will follow the money. And the people in it just to make the projects they want to make, they'll stay making the projects they want to make.
Yeah, so while the console market isn't growing like the others, like mobile gaming, it's still big enough to sustain the kinds of games you guys and we love to play here.
Of course,
So,
yes.
definitely.
And to be fair, the Dark Souls developers are really just in a dungeon being whipped to create more
That's
things
true,
like
that's true,
Bloodborne.
yeah. No, that's true.
At a faster pace. Keep it going, guys. Come on.
But remember, more and more people are playing games around the world, so just let them have fun. They're allowed to be gamers too. It's
There's
okay.
no need to knock the cell phone out of your dad's hand.
It's all right. Let him play Kim Kardashian.
It's
not a
fine.
big
He
deal.
loves it.
It's okay.
This is how he's dealing with the divorce.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of comments that are mad at us again about this?
Yes, because these are the people who we relate to.
Haters gonna hate.
No, they're not haters.
Shake it off.
Oh, I love that
want my
Taylor.
thing to be popular. I hate that thing for being popular.
It's okay. Lots of things can be popular. It's not a big deal.
Like
No,
Dracula,
only my
the
thing.
untold
And then I'm gonna
story.
resent everybody when it becomes popular. Let the games begin.
All right, on new trailers, we got the Lords of the Fallen design and implementation trailer.
Is this the Dark Souls ripoff?
It is.
Good.
Really exciting.
They talk about how challenging the game is.
Next up, we got Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the reveal trailer.
Woo!
Not Phil's pick.
What? People love this game, Phil.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't there another?
People should like what I like.
Let the games begin.
Great movie.
Oh, hold on. Have you seen this though?
Look away, children.
Your butt's not in frame.
You made Billy run away.
You're still pure. You can go to heaven.
Jump. There you go.
And now you're going to heaven.
That's a better one.
There it is.
That's a new one.
Okay.
Gonna knock something over. Phil, we gotta stop.
Sorry, man.
We gotta stop you.
That camera stopped in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Phil. Hold on. If the camera stopped, how do we see you right now?
No one can see us. The camera stopped.
I can see you. It's rolling now. Rolling now.
I don't believe you. I believe the show's over.
Let the games begin.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show for Friday. Hi. Your first deserve today, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas has come to the Xbox 360.
Wait. Oh, wow, that is kind of news.
It is. So Rockstar Games announced that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is coming to the Xbox Marketplace on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, the game will be available on October 26th and will feature 720p resolution, better draw distances, and, of course, achievements.
Oddly enough, it's actually those pesky achievements that brought this story up to us in the first place. So.
Yeah, Xbox Achievements discovered the list of achievements and posted them in full yesterday. Rockstar, always on the ball, then confirmed the game within 24 hours of the initial leak.
It's actually not much of a leak, too. It's a re-release. They've been re-releasing all this stuff anyway. That's just a slight drawback to the story, though. The 360 version of the game isn't compatible with the Xbox Originals version of the game, so you won't be able to transfer your 100% save to the up-res 360 version.
The good news is if you've already 100%ed it once, you love it so much you'll do it again.
You gonna do it again, Lawrence?
No. the only GTA 100% was GTA 3, and I don't want to do that again.
It's sad no matter what you just said.
Packages are hard to find.
But my question for you, Lawrence, why is San Andreas the best GTA ever made?
I don't think it is. I think GTA 5 is, but I know you wanted to answer that question, so why don't you go ahead?
I think it's good because it took place in the 90s, and that's when I lived in LA.
Weren't you you were just talking earlier about how it's just personal to you because you grew up in a gang and Samuel L. Jackson ran you out of town when you were a kid and then you had to build an army and come back after you knew how to fly a plane.
Just like Othello.
On to our next news story. There are going to be features galore in Smash Brothers.
We did it. We did it. Guys, we did it. We did it!
I was complaining about this the other day. Remember when I was complaining about this the other day when we were talking about what we wanted in Smash Brothers?
Yeah, and?
And they didn't really directly address what I wanted.
What did you want?
I wanted a dungeon mode where as your friends were playing on the screen, the person with the gamepad could toss in the items.
Okay.
They didn't do that, but you can do it to build stuff and other things.
Yep, that's one less sale for you, Nintendo.
Yeah. Nintendo hosted a direct yesterday running down 50 facts about the upcoming Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
We're just going to give you the quick TLDR in case you have other things to do, then talk about Mewtwo all day. Let's go through the list. First, Lord, start it off.
Well, first of all, Smash is going to run in 1080p and 60 FPS.
What?
Which is awesome, considering a lot of this-gen games can't do that for some reason.
All hail base Nintendo.
Hey!
Smash will also have an 8-player mode with larger maps to accommodate. I think it should.
Yeah.
Since it's bigger than the 3DS.
Well, some maps are even split between foreground and background planes with the ability to jump between. Yeah, this game is slowly becoming Power Stone. We did it, Lawrence!
Hey, we did it! We're bringing it back! Dreamcast games that everyone remembers for some reason.
Nope.
No one remembers.
They also announced Smash Tour, which apparently is like that Mario Party board game thing we talked about earlier this week, where you collect a roster of fighters and power-ups that you use when you fight each other. Whatever. It's more drinking games. It's fun. It's great.
But seriously though, Smash Bros. Is gonna have a ton of stuff. Like what else, Lawrence?
Well, just like music, stages, composers, items. More than once in the Direct, they showed a graph explaining just how much stuff is going to be in the game. It's been a long time since somebody tried to sell me a game with a graph showing how much junk is in it. I'm okay with that.
How much of the graph did Mewtwo take up? Was he most of the graph or just some of
He
the
was a lot of the graph. They showed a lot of polygons,
Yeah.
and they showed a graph of the polygons. And man, people freaked out about Mewtwo, which is weird.
Well, like we said earlier this week, Smash Brothers is like the perfect game. They perfected it with Melee. There's not a lot they can change. If anything, it's just going to add more things, and if it adds to the game, perfect. As long as it doesn't take away, we're happy.
There is a catch though.
What?
You have to buy both the 3DS and the Wii U versions of the game, and the characters won't release until spring 2015.
But I want Mewtwo now.
There's Ridley. What about Ridley?
Ridley Scott?
Yeah, Ridley Scott's gonna be in the game.
Horrible character. And for your final news story, Outlast 2 has been confirmed.
Yeah.
It's October. We know you like scary things. And that's good because more nightmare fuel is on the way in the form of Outlast 2. Nope, it's not, I don't know. I've never actually played the game. I'm too scared to.
Just reading the words Outlast 2 spooks me.
And you're probably wondering what's new here. No one knows because this is just kind of a throwaway headline and we're trying to just give you all the news in one big dump. But wait, actual information. It's going to be on PC, Xbox One, and PS4 at the same time.
We did it. Journalism. Who are your sources for that?
Pressrelease.org.
Got it.
We're sorry.
Thank God that's over. On to our trailers.
Finally.
Thanks.
First up, Far Cry 4, Midlands and Himalayas.
Phil?
Yeah, it tells you about the game.
The game or the mountains and stuff?
Siberian tigers or something like that that you encounter in the game.
Why are you so bored?
I don't know. Far Cry is a great
You know how many trailers Phil has seen in his life?
He just hates it.
He's bored because it's exciting.
I mean, in Phil's defense, this is a trailer about geography.
That's fine.
Well, that sounds like my kind of.
Moving on! The Witcher 3
I'm
Wild
excited about this trailer.
All right.
Wild Hunt, the opening cinematic.
Well, tell us enthusiastically about this trailer,
This
Phil.
is a Phil's pick.
Well, right from the beginning, what that horse gets his head chopped off, then the bird flies through that guy's eye. That's pretty cool.
Don't just tell us what happens. Tell us why it's cool.
Yeah, why is it
Can
cool?
you tell? Phil is at this point where he just can't get off anymore. He needs death and dismemberment in order to feel things.
Rise to the occasion. I believe in you.
Phil wakes up at like 2 a.m., kind of like The Witcher does, to chase that wild hunt or something, tying it back to whatever we were talking about.
I don't really sleep.
Once again, we are very sorry.
It's a Phil's pick.
What are we talking about today? Dead or Alive, free to play?
Yep.
Got it. Hey guys, welcome back to Fridays to Dead or Alive free to play.
Where's Bruce?
What kind of stuff did you
Puerto Rico.
Where's Bruce?
In Puerto Rico.
I'm stopping watching this show now.
He's eating all the slow roasted pork he can eat.
People don't watch this show for the host, they watch it for the clickbait.
Where's Bruce?
No one knows. It's a mystery. We just point out a map and we hope he's there. Sorry, Michael.
Hey, Puerto Rico.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show for Monday. Hi. And today on the show we're asking the question, has the Xbox One 2014?
Probably not. No.
Probably no, never,
Nope.
no.
But they will be having a temporary price cut.
That's
coming up.
good.
Yep.
You already bought one, Phil. Don't clap.
I can buy two. I can have one in the bedroom.
Ooh, sexy.
One in the bedroom is worth two in the bush.
The next phase in Microsoft's We Will Do Literally Anything to Sell You an Xbox campaign began this morning with the announcement of yet another price cut for the Xbox One.
Yep, starting November 2nd, every Xbox One bundle will be available for a price drop of about $50.
Ain't bad. This will actually last until January 3rd, 2015, so it is a limited time thing, and it's clearly targeting the holiday season.
Do people buy more things during the holidays? Is that something that happens?
They usually spike around Halloween and then Easter Sunday.
Buy your spooky Xbox now! One by one, Microsoft has tackled every major issue with the Xbox One since Phil Spencer took over the Xbox division in April of this year.
What has he done, Lawrence?
Well, in June, Microsoft started selling the Xbox One without the Kinect, which knocked $100 off the price and took away a thing that a lot of people really didn't want to use in the first place. They've done a bunch of other stuff, a lot of UI updates, buying exclusives, pretty much just kind of listening to fans. There was that whole DRM thing. They got rid of that before the console even came out. So they've been course correcting ever since the announcement, which wasn't great.
On Phil Spencer's resume, when he goes to the next job, he's gonna say, did stuff. I like that.
They're like, what do you think makes you right for this job? And it's a picture of Xbox division and he set it on fire. He's like, see, that's what I'm gonna do.
And then they walk him out of the room because he's not wearing pants. Now with a base price of $350, the Xbox One will actually be the cheaper of the two major consoles going into this holiday.
Yeah, Xbox One has an advantage when it comes to exclusives too, in our humble opinion.
A little bit, yeah. Sunset Overdrive reviews hit today, and it's looking really good for the action-adventure game from Insomniac, which right now is exclusive to the Xbox One.
Yeah, most reviews are clocking in at 8s and 9s with a Metacritic score of 82 at the time of this taping.
Other exclusives on the console include Forza Horizon 2, Halo the Master Chief Collection, well, I'm very excited for that one, and D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. What is that?
Hold on, is that a Japanese game maybe?
Yes.
Oh, weird.
What tipped you off?
What's the other one that's exclusive to Xbox?
Watch Dogs?
Killer Instinct Season 2.
Oh.
Right!
Can you hear that? It's everybody in the world clapping right now.
I can see at least 5 not doing that.
Wait, but what about Sony?
Sony still loves you, and they kind of already murdered the console war, so they don't really need to do much this holiday season. Fuck it, they could actually raise the price of the PS4, and people would still love them.
Yeah, when you're sitting on a throne of corpses, you don't really have to worry about much.
When Alexander had no more kingdoms to conquer, he wept.
He had gay sex, and then he killed himself. He died of a disease that we could have cured almost immediately in the modern age.
PlayStation 4's only fall exclusive right now is actually Driveclub, right? Lawrence, is that it? That's it?
That's the only big exclusive I could find for 2014.
When does the Order 1884 come out?
Who knows? 2015 maybe?
Oh shit. Damn it. Well then, Smash Brothers it is.
There's also the 2.0 update. Comes out tomorrow.
You can actually, you can pause downloads now.
So
This
you're
is
like,
good.
whoa, I don't want that downloaded. Wait. And you can do that now.
It's what we've all been asking for. I mean, we joke around, but no matter which banner you carry into the mighty console war, you have to admit Microsoft is trying to make the Xbox One the best gaming platform that they can, and that's a very good thing. Basically, they're throwing money at the Xbox One to get into your house.
Yeah. Not only are they paying for big exclusives, but they're repeatedly slashing the price of the console.
They're trying to give you what you keep saying you want, a cheap console with good games to play, which, you can argue is what they should have done in the first place. And this is the entire point of competition and a free market.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4's strong start and dominating performance since has pressured Microsoft into these moves.
And this is why calling yourself a fanboy is just fucking stupid. Don't limit your fun, kids, because fun is fun, and we like fun.
Fun equals
No, we
fun
don't!
over fun squared.
No fun!
It's about journalism and ethics.
Oh, you can also play MKV files too now, so that's pretty cool.
So when you download the porn,
Yeah.
you can actually stream it to your
Watch
home.
it on your Xbox. Xbox, snap. Can you do that? In closing, the only real winners of this console war are people who haven't bought a console yet, because they're cheaper now than they've ever been before.
And they're not.
Woo!
They're also-
Finally, I'm a winner!
and Phil's a loser.
Spool was saying he was thinking about getting a console. He said before this started that he was thinking about getting an Xbox One
said
because
I
it's so
was
cheap now.
tempted.
He's an Xbox fanboy.
Oh man, you want to play Master Chief's collections with me?
Maybe, I've never played through them.
Movie trailers get the crew, on the road.
Honda Road. It's a curvy road and it goes in circles.
It's the customized nation.
Customization Nation.
They should have just called it customized nation.
Custom
Are you
Nation.
high, Adam?
Yeah, what did you have before this
I'm
started?
a little tired. I did a live
Let
stream.
me guess.
And
There's lots of low-angle shots of like car, like body kits and stuff, and then there's a bunch of cars in a line on a road, and then it goes by the cars in the street, right, Phil? Am I on to something?
Is there a time lapse of a car getting customized?
Oh, yes. Wasn't this game supposed to come out like 2.5 years ago?
Who cares?
Vroom! That's actually a really good idea. If you just were playing a game, but then you had porn going on the side.
Always.
I think I just made $1 million.
You know, with a PC,
Homeless.
PC and 2 monitors, you could do that, right?
No, we're not talking about PCs, all right?
Spool, like living the Matrix. Just porn, video games, porn, video games. Mom, I made it! Everyone, welcome to the show for Tuesday. Hi.
All right, seriously, let's do this. Here we go.
It's interesting. The question is, Walmart killing GameStop?
Uh-oh, Walmart is finally taking on GameStop, fighting for the title of the store you want to go to the least.
Wow. The mega retailer and shirtless mecca of America announced today that it will now sell used games in its retail stores.
Oh, that's really interesting. Walmart began accepting trade-ins back in March of 2014, meaning that they've had about 7 months to build up a pile of used games to flip.
There's somewhere in the back. Numerous other retailers have challenged GameStop for the trade-in championship belt and have failed to make a dent.
That's true.
Notably, Best Buy and Amazon have both launched aggressive trading campaigns that have fizzled since their initial launches.
Lawrence, why did they fizzle?
I'm guessing they just didn't find a foothold. It's hard, man, getting people to give you their games. The process is always really complicated. At Best Buy, you have to wait in line at the customer service desk a ton of time. At Amazon, you have to kind of ship them yourself. So there's barriers in the way. Whereas GameStop, you can just take in a pile of crap, throw it on the desk, and say, tell me when I get my $5.
Yeah, that makes sense. As a result, President Tony Bartel of GameStop isn't sweating the new competitor. In fact, Bartel spins the competition to say that it will be beneficial for GameStop.
In an interview with Bloomberg Businessweek, Bartel explained that, frankly, when someone comes, it helps us because it raises awareness that you can turn in video games, and we have the lion's share of the market. Holy wow.
Is there anybody that doesn't know you can turn in used video games?
Wait, what?
Readers of Bloomberg.
I bought a game on Steam. Can I turn that in?
No, shut up!
That's not how it
PC
works.
nerd. So what does this mean for you? The people in the comments are going to yell at us.
Well, it's more competition for your business, which is always a good thing. That's one of the things we always preach.
Yeah.
And Walmart's competition will probably force GameStop to run more promotions for new releases and trade-in bonuses for older games. Enjoy the emails, kids.
Likewise, Walmart will have to throw some money at the program to get it off the ground. For example, Walmart will sell Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 1 day early on November 3rd and offer a 50% bonus trade-in credit toward Hardline to go.
Buy the game early and then give it back.
Then turn it in immediately. Used game, I don't want it. How much should I get? 60 cents? Perfect.
It's a fantastic economy
Think
we've
it'd
created.
be possible to trade in Advanced Warfare before it even comes out?
That'd be great. The overall catch for you, though, is that it will require some research and effort on your part to get the best deal. This is the same thing everywhere in the world.
Yeah, obviously. Lawrence, what happens? What do you do if you don't like this?
Then don't trade in. This has been the case for a while. You can sell your game to other human beings and keep the margin for yourself.
Yes.
Instead of trading in a game to GameStop, just sell it on eBay for $45. Fuck
Right.
that money.
Right? But that's really hard to do. I don't want to go on eBay and do the whole PayPal thing.
I know it's very scary, but the nice man at the UPS store will be very helpful. All you need to do is give him an address in the game and a bubble mailer. It costs like 99 cents.
One time I did a thing on Craigslist, met a guy in a parking lot, and he kind of looked scary.
How much did you sell your game for, though?
I just drove the other way.
Actually, Walmart even has this little appraisal tool on their website, so you can actually find out how much they'll give you for your game or console. So let's play. The price is low.
Spay neuter your cat or whatever.
I don't know. What game are we gonna try?
Space Ace.
Hey, Space Ace and Sega Genesis don't work because they're too old.
Damn it.
What?
All right, next up,
Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Yeah.
Type it in, spool.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Working?
Yeah, it's absolutely working.
Trade in original case?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yes. Calculate. $1.01.
Why was
Wait
it supposed to be? We're supposed to guess it. We're supposed to guess it.
Another one. Dark Souls.
Fucking blew it. All right, Dark Souls on what? The PS3. Dark Souls on PS3. Lawrence, how much do you think Dark Souls on PS3 will be?
$250.
$250. That's a lot of money there, buddy.
Ready?
all right.
Yep.
Place your bet.
$4.95.
Bottle Gatorade and some socks.
$4.06.
Wow.
James is closest.
All right.
Now do Rogue Warrior.
No.
Yeah, actually, good Rogue.
I tried trading that in at a GameStop and they gave me 25 cents.
All right, so let's try Rogue Warrior.
Which console?
Rogue Warrior Xbox 360.
All right.
Okay, Rogue Warrior on Xbox 360. I'm gonna say $1, Bob.
I'm gonna say $2.75.
$2.75.
That's funny.
$1.01. What do you think?
Oh man. Oh, well. Ooh.
You got 25 cents for GameStop.
Crowd, audience,
That's Mickey
anyone?
Mouse. That's
Boo.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, 95 cents.
95. What is it?
Phil's the winner at 69 cents.
69 cents. Come on.
They're just being funny. All right, and finally, Aliens, Colonial Marines.
That's not how you spell it.
Another Phil's classic.
I want to know how much they give you for not working games.
Let's try it. Aliens, Colonial Marines. What are your guesses?
$1.
$1, James.
$3.15.
$3.15.
I'm gonna say $2.75.
Ooh, $2.76.
Lawrence,
fuck you!
Lawrence, what do you say?
55 cents.
I'm going with him. 75 cents, Bob.
$3, 12.
Damn it! Oh, come on,
man.
What the?
Adam won.
Why am I so bad at this?
Stupid Price is Right rules, Adam won.
Yeah, with his cheap tactics.
Let's-
Price is Right.
Let's do a non-working copy of Call of Duty Ghosts on Xbox 360. A non-working copy, Call of Duty Ghosts, Xbox 360. Bill,
25 cents.
25 cents.
88.
88 cents.
30 cents.
$250,000.
$250,000, Lawrence.
$3.40.
I'm saying $1.
$0.
0 cents. Come on. That's bullshit. Why are they? They're just gonna throw it away for you.
What other kind of garbage can I give Walmart?
On your trailers, you got the evolution of Evolve Part 1, asymmetric multiplayer design, and Big Alpha.
It's hosted by Adam Sessler.
Oh, hosted by Adam Sessler? Friend of the show, Adam Sessler. I think we're gonna play. We might even do a drunk Evolve gameplay. There's no cats in Evolve.
I can be Star-Lord for Halloween.
Bestseller. Bestseller.
Maybe murder.
Best seller.
Wow.
I like that it's called the Chris Pratt Galaxy Jacket.
Well, yeah, they don't want to get sued.
Exactly.
The Galaxy
It still
Friends.
seems like Chris Pratt.
Except for that jacket doesn't look anything like the jacket Adam was trying on.
The friends of the people that save the galaxy.
Why would you not tie it to the intellectual property Guardians of the Galaxy, but then tie it to an actual human being? Couldn't Chris Pratt be like, you can't do that?
I can't
I don't know.
like
Maybe
it's
if they
purpose.
spell Pratt wrong.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Chris Pro.
It should be like Earthman Galaxy jacket or something.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the Short Wednesday. Hi.
Shit, it's Wednesday?
It happened, yeah.
What
I
do
don't
I
know.
normally do
The
on
week
Wednesday?
just flew
What do I
by.
normally
It's
do on
kinda
Wednesday? Hey,
crazy.
Spool. Turn around for a second.
The original for today, Battlefield 5 has been delayed.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. What?
Battlefield 5.
Is there a 5?
Battlefield
Do we have a
5.
Hardline. If you've already, no, it's not Hardline. If you've already written off next year's Battlefield Hardline, you'll have a long wait until the next game comes out. We mean Battlefield 5.
Yeah, weird enough. In an investor call yesterday, EA CEO Andrew Wilson laid out their projected timeline for the Battlefield series. Wilson said, I quote, looking into next year, we will ensure that our players have enough time between releases to fully explore the depth and innovation in our shooter titles.
Okay, what does that mean?
Money.
Sure, okay. Not content letting us speculate from there, Wilson then clarified that their next Battlefield experience is planned for launch in Q3 fiscal year 2017. Lawrence, what does that mean?
That means it's actually October to December 2016. Fiscal years are weird that way.
Okay. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I mean, Battlefield 4 came out would be 2 years at that point.
Correct, yeah.
3 years maybe. I've lost all track.
But then supposedly, I guess Hardline was supposed to come out this year. Now
gonna come out next year.
Now it's delayed to next year. But then also, Battlefront is kind of throwing a wrench in everything too.
Really, this is really confusing. So the question really here, is this good or bad news?
Yes. I don't know. I guess it depends on how patient you are.
Sure, and also the announcement of Battlefield 5 kind of threw us into a tizzy.
Yeah.
So Battlefield launches have been touchy in the past, especially
To say the
Battlefield 4.
least.
Yeah. People unsuccessfully tried to sue EA
That's right, I
for
forgot
the
about
poor
that.
launch, so let's just keep that in mind.
And giving DICE more time, obviously, for these games is a really good thing, I think, because we don't want another Battlefield 4 in our hands.
Yeah, and clearly EA doesn't want to oversaturate the Battlefield property, though they kind of are with offshoots when you have a game called Battlefield, Hardline, which has nothing to do with an actual battlefield.
Sure, it's just
very
cops and robbers.
Love is a battlefield.
It's just a name.
Lawrence, didn't they say they wanted to annualize the series or something?
They said they didn't want to do that. Actually.
Oh, I thought they did.
They've kind of seen the no. They wanted the opposite of that. They claim that they've seen the writing on the wall, namely in how Activision has pimped out their various properties. Guitar Hero has been the banner child of a series that's been oversaturated and then completely killed off.
Yep.
So EA said, we don't want to do that with Battlefield. We want to give every title the space it needs.
Moving on to the less confusing part of the story, Battlefront 3 is actually coming on holiday 2015.
That's really good. So in a tweet from official EA Twitter account, it was revealed that the release date for the next Battlefront will be in 2015 around the holidays. Duh. The game is being called an FPS, which has some diehard third-person loving Battlefront fans as mad as Kip Durn piloting the Sun Crusher. Hold on a second. As mad as Chewie was when he waved his hand at the moon crashing into the planet that killed him. That's another good Star Wars reference.
Got another one?
As mad as Luke was when he got his hand cut off in that obscure scene from Empire Strikes Back.
Wait, Chewie's dead?
Shut up! We're actually guessing the game will support both the first person, third person, because hell, Modern Warfare 2 had a third person option. That was half a decade ago on old hardware, so the game can handle it. It's just, I'm sure it's going to be some kind of option.
Yeah. So that's good. I mean, I think we already kind of heard that it was coming out in the holidays, and like you said, it's going to be coming out around the same time as Episode 7.
Yeah.
So that's also good news. A lot of Star Wars all at once.
That's very fun. But the question really here is this all too much Battlefield, even though one of them is pretty much called Battlefront, when EA saying one thing and pretty much doing another, saying they don't want to put too much work on developers like DICE, and they're putting out like 2 games back to back.
Yeah, that is kind of bad. I mean, like you said, so it's Hardline in March, Battlefront in the holidays, and then Battlefield 5. I would assume October, November of 2016. Right. I want to guess. Lawrence, what do you think? Is that too much?
Well, I think something to keep in mind here is they're not saying it's going to be Battlefield 5. It's just going to be some Battlefield property.
It better be Battlefield 5.
This may be even another spin-off. They're already doing Hardline.
No, I don't want any more spin-offs. I want a Battlefield 5.
No, you don't always get what you want.
I do, too.
Keep yelling. That works for everybody on the internet. It might as well work for you. Fuck it.
Well, just tell us in the comments if this is too much Battlefield or not for you, because we're not sure. Me personally, I think it's great. I think that there are plenty of Battlefield games to play. I'm probably not going to play Hardline, but I definitely will play Battlefront and the next Battlefield experience, whatever that means. So
no matter how broken it is, we'll keep giving it money.
Yeah, why not? On to your trailers, we got the Final Fantasy Type O HD Enter the Fray trailer.
Wait, what?
Lawrence, what is this? He'll know.
Is this the card game?
No.
It's a mobile game, I know that.
It's not a mobile.
Your comedic time is just.
I mean, it was
pointed.
mobile. That's why it's called HD now.
It's not mobile, Lawrence.
It used to be mobile. That's why it's called HD.
Can we just call this section Who Cares?
Next!
Assassin's Creed Unity's got a new TV spot. Phil's got another fact for us today.
16th video in the official line of videos.
At this point, they're not facts, you're just counting.
Yeah, you're literally just counting.
It's still a fact.
So Typo, it was a game that never came out in America. We've been waiting a long time for it. Now that they're remaking it for consoles, we can play it.
Wait, so is it mobile or not?
It is not mobile.
Is it a card? Is it a card game?
It might be.
Just because you put a dash in it doesn't make the word typo not stupid.
What's the name of the card game from Final Fantasy VIII?
Hearthstone.
Tetra Triad.
Triple Triad?
Hearthstone.
Tetra Triad?
Blitzball.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Tactics.
We're done.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show Thursday. Hi.
It's Thursday. Let's go. Here we go. Come on. Let's go.
Oh boy. We're asking the question today: is Destiny beating Call of Duty?
Already?
Already.
What? Even though Call of Duty Advanced Warfare isn't even out, it may have already lost to everyone's favorite MMO shooter, Destiny.
All right, whatever.
Laughing?
Because is it everyone's favorite?
No.
Or is it an MMO shooter? I don't know. This speculation comes from analyst firm Cohen and Company, who revealed that pre-order numbers for CODWA are far behind the series peak.
Yeah, by extrapolating from Amazon pre-order figures, Cohen and Company predicts that Advanced Warfare will sell 40% less than last year's Call of Duty Ghosts and 70% behind Black Ops 2.
Yeah, the report puts a fine point on it by saying, with the franchise facing 2 consecutive significant year-on-year declines in sales, we think it is prudent to assume it has peaked.
This is significant because properties rarely, if ever, make a comeback. Lawrence, why is that?
Well, that's just how the market responds to it. Whenever you have an intellectual property, it typically gets one run in the popular zeitgeist, whatever, and then it's gone. I mean, how's Rock Band 4 looking this year?
Oh, it's gonna be awesome!
In fact, the decline of Call of Duty seems so severe that Cohen and Company speculates Destiny may outsell Advanced Warfare.
That's crazy. So this is due to a few factors. First, Destiny's rank on Amazon has actually gone up since the game released. Many people are still searching for it and buying it in a window when sales usually decline rapidly.
You doing okay? Need a hand job?
I mean, I need 2.
Second, the Dark Below DLC is expected to give the game another bump in sales.
Right, at the $20 DLC, right?
Yeah, you got. As a result, the report states, while we now think it is less likely that Destiny will outsell Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, if Destiny enjoys stronger legs and reaches 15 million plus units, we believe it could still happen.
That would blow my mind if Destiny outsold Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Analyst, we don't think it's going to happen, but if it sells well, it
could.
Don't hold us to it.
Yeah, right. Safe Cohen and Company.
Destiny isn't the only game giving Call of Duty a paddle in either, because there's a bunch of free-to-plays that are about to beat Call of Duty as well.
The Silent Juggernaut. A research report released by Superdata and reported by SWTOR Strategies reveals just how broad the gaming space is. Right, Lawrence?
Yeah, the report is kind of shocking. It reveals that the #1 free-to-play game in terms of revenue is Crossfire.
What the fuck is that?
We played that in the 80s. Come on.
Yeah, it's a game where two totally rad kids sit on top of a flaming field and shoot metal balls
That
at each
made
other.
$1 billion.
Crossfire. I think now we can legally show the commercial because no one owns the rights to this piece of crap. In actuality, Crossfire is actually just a free-to-play Counter-Strike knockoff, but it earns a shitload of money.
The game earned $957 million in 2013.
What?
Almost $1 billion, and you've never even heard of it.
How much is that in real person money?
So the question here is, how does that stack up against Call of Duty? According to Wikipedia, Ghost sold 19 million units.
Sure.
At $60 a game, we do some calculations, Ghost earned about $1.14 billion in revenue.
Right, so that means that in 2013, Crossfire earned about as much money as Call of Duty Ghosts.
Keep in mind, Crossfire is making this money without any marketing
Right.
or really anything other than 4 Chinese guys, rapidly just patching a game.
Also, it's only on PC, whereas Ghosts is across every single platform.
I keep saying this. China and Russia are huge markets for PC cafes where people can do drug deals and play a game. It's a lot of fun.
Lawrence, how come nothing lasts forever?
That's the state of life, man. Things come and go. You enjoy them while they're here, and then cry when they're gone.
Yep.
I just got really sad.
Call of Duty may still be the top-selling game every year, but that margin is dropping really, really fast, as we've seen. The SS Call of Duty is setting sail. Let's everybody salute Call of Duty. And the next ship is coming in. Sadly, for all of you kids, it's probably Destiny.
It went from the game everyone loves to everyone hates really quick.
The top-selling game this year could be Crimes and Punishments. Sherlock Holmes.
Go ahead, do your
I have a crime for you to solve. There's the door.
And?
Go use it. Solve it.
No, it's not a crime. That's a punishment.
And before we go, we got some final thoughts from Hollywood's very own Adam Krivik.
That's you, isn't it?
That is me.
Okay.
I know that we all like to shit on big games like Call of Duty for fun, especially here.
Yep.
I think it's worth commending them, though, for at least trying to make new content every year.
That's true.
Yes, we can joke all the livelong day that the latest Call of Duty is just DLC for last year's game. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone makes the same fucking joke. But hey, it's better than just playing a patched version of Call of Duty 4 every year, which Activision could easily do by looking at what Crossfire is doing.
That's true.
Don't listen to me, please, Activision, if you think that's a good idea. Make mech suits and fun stuff and aliens.
They're trying.
At least you're trying.
They're trying.
At least you have that.
Well, I mean, World of Warcraft has been patching the same game for, 10 years now?
Years.
And they're still making millions and millions of dollars. And I think a lot of people think League of Legends is going to go the same way. I don't know if that's necessarily the best approach.
When's League of Legends going to add mech suits and Kevin Spacey?
They have them. You can buy Mecha Kazakh skin.
Shut up! I stand corrected, Joel.
Lawrence, what about you? Any final thoughts?
No final thoughts really. It's just popular to hit on the king at any time.
Yep.
When Linkin Park broke in, they were dominating the music, and everybody thought it was stupid. This is just how it is. This is how young kids are. They hate what's popular, despite loving it at the same time. So that's been the case with Call of Duty. I'm sure Call of Duty will fade, and everybody will remember it fondly, kind of like Halo. Yeah. And whatever's popular at the time, now Destiny, everybody will just hate that.
I've said it before, and I will say it again. Oversaturation in the market does not mean that something is bad. It just means that you've seen too much of it and you're tired of it, kind of like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Before we get over to the trailers real quick, I want to talk about a giveaway we're doing for a Diablo statue.
It's really fucking awesome.
It's spooky because it's Halloween.
Sideshow Collectibles is it's actually kind of sexy. Have you seen it? It's pretty sexy.
It's Leah Diablo.
They do good work.
So you got to do some spooky fan art of us, the Inside Gaming team, and tweet it with the hashtag IGSpooky
or IGSpooky.
Is that IGSpooky? Is that how we say it? Hashtag IGSpooky? All right.
Oh boy. Or use the link in the description and you too can win some Diablo.
It's a really sexy Diablo statue. There's a couple of really crappy ones that because we just started this. We got this weird Photoshop of us. It's terrible. And then this other drawing, which at least he tried. We're kind of
Left 4 Dead. I like it.
It's kind of, that's right. That's true.
Bruce may be making fun of you guys, but I love you for like.
I'm not making fun of them. It took they can draw way better than I can, and it probably it'll take them an hour.
It's not Ig-spooky enough.
Ig-spooky.
When I leave this earth and I have my funeral, there's going to be a bunch of fan art up there that my family can be embarrassed by, and that makes me very happy.
On your trailers, we got the Assassin's Creed Unity Time Anomaly trailer.
Another day, another trailer. 17.
Another Phil fact.
So does Ubisoft make games or just trailers?
Just trailers.
I forget. What do they
Because
do
there's
as a
another one.
business?
Look.
Yeah, another one.
God, speaking of that joke I just made,
You didn't even know it's coming up.
Far Cry 4, Battles of Kyrat.
Man, Ubisoft is so good at trailers.
Man, the good trailer company Ubisoft.
I have a good question for you. How many movies have you gotten hand jobs in?
At the actual theater? At the theater?
In the theater.
1.
1.
0. I take my
Zero.
time very seriously.
0. 0.
It's kind of a half tug, but yeah.
Well, no, to completion.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
Adam, it has to be someone else.
Never.
Bruce, we all know you're gonna win.
Here's the twist, though. It's during the same movie.
Oh!
Hey, everyone, welcome to Super Friday.
Oh! Happy Halloween! How do I do a spooky yes? Did that work?
No.
No.
Your first entire day, Prey 2 has apparently been canceled.
What the hell is Prey 2?
Let me tell you, Bruce.
All right.
So, do you want to be a badass bounty hunter in space?
Yes.
Do you want to visit space bars and be a totally awesome Han Solo dude who shoots stupid aliens in the face and makes loads of space credits every day?
I do.
Well, you can't because they canceled it.
Wait, what? Hold on a second. Hold on. So explain to me what Prey 1 is, because I didn't really ever play Prey 1.
So in Prey 1, you play as a Native American who's abducted by aliens.
What?
Was that
Go
it?
on.
Yeah, was that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Lawrence, why was Prey 1 good?
Because it had portals, which was cool. It came out before Portal, and you could go into spectral form and shoot your spirit bow and walk on walls and shoot at aliens. And sometimes you go through portals, you get really big, and sometimes you get really small, and you have to hit switches. And
So the game
follow
was
your
good.
Spirit guide and.
All right, but
There wasn't a lot of play in the Xbox 360, and it was something to look at.
All right, well, today Bethesda Softworks Vice President Pete Hines announced that Prey 2, the game announced in 2011 and perpetually delayed since, is now completely dead. Why, you ask?
Simple, the game actually wasn't very good. Hines went on to explain, I quote, "It wasn't up to our quality standard and we decided to cancel it. It's no longer in development. That wasn't an easy decision, but it's one that won't surprise many folks, given that we hadn't been talking about
That's true. Nobody had been talking about it.
This is a sad, potentially final chapter for the game that captivated gamers everywhere with its Blade Runner-esque Neon City and the possibility to finally be Lando Calrissian's best friend, Han Solo.
Well, no, I think aren't you supposed to be a bounty hunter? Han Solo's not a bounty hunter.
Boba Fett.
According to the last rumors we heard, Bethesda had handed development off of the game to Arcane Studios, developers of Dishonored, which was pretty good. I enjoyed
That
that
would be pretty badass. That was about a year and a half ago, though, and at this point, so there's probably enough time to salvage the game.
What?
So
Really?
Well, why would they come out and just say it's canceled if they're still working on it?
Lawrence, do you think it's likely somebody's working on this game?
Not really, no. I mean, there's no reason for Pete Hines to say it is canceled if somebody's still working on it.
Yeah, that's true.
They're basically driving a nail into whatever marketing or hype they had built for this game, which they actually did pretty well.
Yeah.
So, from a business perspective, I don't understand why Pete Hines would publicly say this is done, we are not working on it, if they secretly are.
Yeah, it's actually more likely that Arcane is working on Dishonored 2 right now, since
that makes
Dishonored
sense.
1 was such a success.
Yeah.
Bethesda is probably choosing to take priority over on that.
That makes sense. It was a moneymaker.
Over a game that no one remembers from 2006 where he plays an alien abducted by aliens.
So the question is, what can we learn from this very, very sad, sad story? First, we owe Bethesda a golf clap for having the courage to cancel the game that they didn't think was good enough to release. That's very, I mean, like, you know what? Honestly, credit to them.
Yeah, true. For years, developers have been content to release middling games as long as marketing moved the units.
Ah, that's true. This could have happened with Prey 2, as we all were expecting it, and kind of, well, not we all, but some of us were expecting it and wanted it, given how successful the reveal was. Bethesda could have shitted out, probably sold a few copies of it, made some money.
Right.
They didn't do that.
Which actually leads me to believe that they have some plans for Prey. It's just sad that they said they're going to cancel it, but there's probably going to be a possible reboot sometime in the future.
Yeah, that's true. Second, Lawrence, are you responsible for managing your own expectations, or should I always give in to the hype?
No. I mean, it's every individual gamer's responsibility to be a skeptic. It is the company's responsibility to sell a shit, and it's our responsibility to be educated consumers. Basically, Prey 2 sold us all in the sci-fi fantasy we've wanted to have for years. We've all wanted to be Max Rebo, right?
No, you mean Boba Fett, because Max Rebo played in the band.
Han Solo Calrissian.
Nope, not Han Solo either.
Pretty sure I'm thinking, Salacious Crumb. That's it.
Nope, he was the guy in Jabba the Hutt.
Captain Kirk.
It's important to be skeptical, right? Like, publishers, especially before a game's out, want to sell you a fantasy, and the fantasy never ever lives up to the reality of you holding a controller and hitting buttons. That would probably be the case with Prey 2. A lot of people let their imaginations run wild, and now we're here because I think they understood that they sold the game to a level that they couldn't actually meet with the product.
But Lawrence, Destiny was the best game I've ever played ever of all time, and I always thought it would be the revolutionary game, and it was.
Well, then you're the only human being on the entire planet that thinks that way.
Oh.
At least you're happy.
I love it.
You look happy. So all that said, the big question is, did Bethesda cancel Prey 2 to work on Fallout 4?
Absolutely.
Let's hope so.
Yep, it's Prey 2's canceled, thank God. Fallout 4 on the way, coming soon, confirmed.
It doesn't make any sense because Human Head's not really officially part of Bethesda, and that wouldn't really work.
Don't inject logic into this. They're working on Fallout 4.
Prey 2 could have been good.
All right, we're moving on to the Diablo statue giveaway. Remember that Diablo statue is really sexy in Diablo? Well, here it is again, and we're giving it away. We're doing a fan art contest for people that drew us Pookie. Hashtag Iggs Pookie. And here's the fan art.
The first one from Richard Mick92. Drew his anime characters. It's fucking amazing.
This is really, really fucking cool, man. Holy shit, nice job.
That's beautiful.
Next one, at Abarzua Rule. He did us. Oh, he did me with a tentacle coming out of my throat.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty spooky.
Very Cthulhu. Next up, Pixel Proper did us proper.
No, he just did you.
Just us.
No, it's you. You have blood all over you. It's very, very pooky.
You're supposed to draw scary, not in real life.
And then the last one, I_Navi_. This is the Joel Centaur Octopus. Man, it's good.
Beautiful.
We only gave them a day. How did they fucking do this in a day?
When did you get so tall?
Oh man. Anyways, we're gonna declare a winner over Twitter in the next few hours because we haven't decided. I'm leaning towards that anime one.
Either way, please respond to the IG Twitter account so we can actually give you the thing that you want to win.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you for participating and happy Halloween. On your trailers, you got the Evolve Kraken interactive trailer.
Ooh.
Is this Pookie? Does anybody know if it's Pookie?
No, it's just a match basically.
Good job, Phil.
Let's go.
It looks like a cool game.
Well, what are you?
I am Michelangelo.
Get out of there!
I'm an angry bird.
Candy Crush. You're racist.
No.
Get out
I'm
of
a
there.
bird.
T-Bone!
Should be obvious.
T-Bone from what?
Watch Dogs.
What's that?
What?
That game everyone didn't play. Next.
I'm Banana.
Get out of there!
Rorschach. I have no
Use
voice.
the Rorschach voice, Matt.
I have no Rorschach.
Come on, do it.
Save My City Screams.
My city screams.
It's like he's in the room.
Oh, hold on.
What are you?
I'm Mr. Chief. Ah! Mr. Chief has to pump his gun. No. Oh shit.
We're gonna find out again.
Cut, and we're done.
The costume's falling apart just like this episode.